My channel, my channel, my content. My channel, my content. My channel, my content. What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Happy Monday.
Hey, you got to say Happy Monday, man. It's the key phrase. Yep. How's the volume, everyone? Everything good?
I don't think they have a voice to say anything.
Well, they have
just like a comment.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They know what I mean. Oh my God. It's just we're waiting to see. We have a little delay. Let's see if you guys can hear us. If someone says, no, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you.
That's when you know, like someone's listening.
There's two lords.
Let's see. Yep, good. Sounds good. What's up, Antoine? Chad? Scales from the Crips in the house. Interstellars. Max. Look at Christy Lynn. Cuddle Time. Buckeye. Oh, LRP. What's up? Janet Lapierre. Cool. So, this is our guest, Wess. Mm-hmm. He's an old-time buddy of mine. He, interesting cat, such as myself.
A lot of story time.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of cool stories. He's got some, I got stories. This guy's got, killer stories. And most of my stories come from his stories. Or, it's...
They're his stories featuring Billy.
No, not always. Okay. Sometimes, I guess you could say some of it.
He makes a good wingman.
Yeah. Oh,
so, tell everybody about yourself.
Well, my name's Wess. I run a couple of companies. One Kaboom Auctions, another Kaboom Sports. We run live shows on Facebook, but we're going to soon be breaking into YouTube. Mm-hmm. Now that I see this fantastic setup here over at Mutation Creation. And appreciate the invite, Billy. Going to have some fun tonight.
Cool. So I first met you how long ago? 20...
I was thinking about that in the drive over. It was literally in the year 2000, December of 2000. So we've known each other now for smidgen over 20 years.
Sick.
Yep.
Pretty good.
We've been good friends for 3 of them.
That many? Oh, fuck. I was going to say
I rounded
2.
up.
Okay. I was going to say 2 and something, but fuck.
It's only been the recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, So when I first met you, it was through our tattoo artist, actually.
Yep.
And I was just breaking into the autographs. I had one of my businesses back in the day was a sports card memorabilia store, mostly sports cards, just breaking in the memorabilia. And then I was introduced to you. We met, and we've actually been friends ever since that one night.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember it well. I remember visiting you at that store, and I walked in there. You didn't have much autographs at all. You were definitely
just the upper deck. I know the ones I had. I had the upper deck authentic Kobe Bryant jersey.
Okay.
And then I had the Kevin
Those
Durant.
are worth a lot now. Wow.
I know.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I had the Kevin Garnett jersey. I think those are the only 2 that I had.
What was that, Minnesota Timberwolves one?
The old Timberwolves
yeah.
one. Yeah. I think those are the only 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I had anything else, but I know that I got those from Upper Deck. They were in those shadow boxes on the wall.
Yeah.
And then you walked in with all the Wayne Gretzky authentic, limited cup jerseys.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually when cards were just starting to boom with the game use patches and things like that. And I'd heard about you actually before from John and actually another gentleman I knew, Travis. I had heard your name, and so like I said, I rolled up and introduced myself, and it was good. It was a good fit, and I wanted to get my autographs in your store. And I remember walking out of there, and I was actually the next day I was doing my first ever autograph signing I'd been in the business for a while, but I had my first opportunity to sit down with an athlete, Steve Eiserman, and I went outside. I got in the car with my wife, eventual wife, and I said to her, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to go ask him to loan me some money for tomorrow's signing. And she said, what? And I said, yeah. And she says, well, why? And I was like, just because it'll make it even better and I could do a bigger signing. And she says, well, you don't even know him. And I said, yeah. And she said, but he doesn't even know you. And I said, yeah, but I said, I got a vibe. I said, I think it's going to work out. I said, I'm going to go back in. I'll be right back. So I walked back in. I said, hey, can we talk in the back room for a second? I wanted to separate from the other people that were in the store. You said, sure. Walked into the back and I said, bro, this is going to be pretty random. It's not my style, but I've got a signing opportunity tomorrow with Steve Eiserman. You want to loan me $10K? And you were like, sure, for how long? And I said, I don't know, a week or two tops. I said, just make tomorrow that much better for me. And I said, you can come if you want. And you were like, no way. And I said, yep, you can come to the signing too. And the rest is history. You know, threw me $10K on the spot. I said, you're a good man.
Oh, man.
And I've literally known him 20 minutes by the time.
Tops.
But also, to add to that, you did leave me a couple jerseys on consignment before you.
Oh, that's right. I did leave some stuff there. So I was providing some trust out of the gate. That's true.
Yeah. So when you came back, I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, and I did this on one of my other podcasts for Patreon. It's like, I just get, into this. I go with my gut a lot. And it was just, I'm always in these positions where it falls in front of me and I grasp the opportunity or you don't. And I've always been that one, like just getting into the sports cards. The sports cards were the ones that, sitting at my friend's house, his sister comes over and says, here's my doubles. I'm like, you collect cards? And he's like, no, man. And that started me getting into buying them and collecting them and then selling them. And then I end up opening a business. And then, that was great. We went to see Steve Eiserman, which is pretty awesome. That was the coolest thing. And
he was my favorite player actually at the time. So absolutely, sometimes things fall in my lap too. I didn't even seek it out. You would think you would, though. Oh, signing opportunity. Mm-hmm. I want to sign with my favorite player. It didn't even work out like that. It found me. I was at a trade show, and his autograph representative at the time, he had heard about me from some of the deals I was making. I was young, but I was making big deals with Gretzky's company and a couple others. And he said, hey, are you so-and-so? And I said, yeah. And he said, I've heard about you. I said, cool. And he said, would you ever like to work with Steve Eiserman? I said, indeed. No, I didn't say, oh, he's my favorite player. I'd love to. I just said, yeah, sure. That sounds intriguing.
See, I would have. That's the difference.
I know you would have.
That's coming to another story.
Yeah. But I played it cool, and I said, sure. I said, how much? And I think he said like 25 grand or 30 grand or something. And
actually, it was 40.
Was it
Remember?
40?
Yeah, because it was $40 per signature.
Okay.
Canadian.
Yeah.
So Canadian. It was 40 Canadian per signature.
Okay.
Minimum 1,000 cigs.
Is that what I did?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's a lot of cigs for my first signing.
Yeah. Because I remember, because I'm like, oh, wow. And then we were, afterwards, Derek said, dude, this isn't even enough money for gas in his boat for the weekend. Remember that joke?
But Derek, we know.
Yeah, we know Derek.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it at that. But, it worked out fantastic, and that was my first ever signing, and it was, I remember driving down with you, and then I remember the drive back, and a little bit of a wild man behind the wheel. And it was good times, though. I created a lot of great product, and it was actually at the beginning of the autograph business, too. There wasn't a lot going on, and certainly players weren't inscribing things with, commemorative, 97 cup or 98 cup, and I sort of started, I wouldn't want to say that I was the brainchild of mine, but I was the first one to really do that en masse. Like, I didn't just want an autograph. I want something to separate from the other autograph dealers. I want them to sign them a certain way with a certain colored pen and, make it a little more special or rare. And now it's obviously, that's all they do.
Yeah, we have a super chat from my man, Sean.
It says, greetings from Phoenix Hospital Room.
Yep.
LOL.
No, I know. He put something up on the Discord earlier. I guess he had surgery a few days ago. I think he's having a little bit of complications, had to go back in. So
hope everything's good, man.
Look at you, trooper, man, in the fucking hospital room, still giving us support, man. You're a fucking rock star, bro.
That's a soldier right there.
Yeah, Sean, man.
That's crazy.
Get better, my man. But thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, that was good times, man. That was my first autograph signing, my first. And it's like, hey, I started getting into autographs to sell in my store. And then, you want to go see Steve Eiserman? And like, what? I'm like, that was the coolest. Like, and then from there, we did a few. I mean, I even did a few on my own for my store. I mean, I had Paul Coffey. Remember, I did the sports cards sports card expos at the International Center here. And I had Paul Coffey come by, and he was at my booth for a while signing autographs. And that was a big thing back then. I did a private signing with Johnny Bauer. Yeah, that was cool. Rest in peace.
Absolutely, I miss Johnny.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, him and his wife were fantastic to work with. I'd do signings right at their home, right at their dining room table.
Yeah,
they were cool.
But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and that was fun. And then I ended up getting out of that to open up another business. I don't know what I got out. But you ended up taking over my store and buying the net from Maple Leaf Gardens.
That's right.
And you cut that up, right?
Actually, I took that net, an actual game-used net from Maple Leaf Gardens, and I didn't have any real plans for it. I just wanted it, and I stuck it in my driveway, and I would literally use it for, like, driveway shooting practice. I kid you not.
What the heck?
And you paid me, but I think $20,000.
Probably.
Yeah,
something
I think you paid me $20,000. I bought it something online. And here's something funny. When Maple Leaf Gardens was, being sold off, or when the Leafs moved over to the Air Canada Center, they auctioned everything off. So I was there. And I didn't realize that the auction was live on TSN, which is the sports channel up here in Canada. Mm-hmm. And here I am, and I'm bidding, and I get a phone call, and it's Wess is like, "Oh my God, dude, you're on TV." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "You're on TV, man. Like, what are you willing to pay for this thing?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude, but I want it." And he's like, "Fuck, man, I'm with you. Whatever you need, I'll back you." I'm like, "Cool." So I'm on TV. He's on the phone with me, and I'm like, 13,000. I think it went up to like 17 or 18,000, and I dropped off because I realized I was looking through the guide. There was a second net. Mm-hmm. So the first net went, and I dropped out because I only had one guy. Every time I'd go 500, he'd go 5, and it just kept going up. And I said I took the chance, and I ended up going on the second net, and I think I got it for like 14.6 or something.
I don't recall.
Yeah, but it was a lot cheaper than the first bid.
Mm-hmm. And a lot cheaper than what I bought it for.
Jeez.
Profit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was a fun time, man. And I actually had that net put it in the store on display, and had a nice little, fake boards and glass, and I made it look like it was sitting on actual ice.
No, it was a great setup. It was really cool.
And people came by to touch it. And
literally just to get a picture of it. Yeah,
it was pretty awesome.
It definitely brought the traffic in just to see, the game-used net from Maple Leaf Gardens.
Yeah, and then from there we got into a few different businesses. I mean, we did that.
Would you want to hear about me cutting up the net?
Not really. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, go ahead. Fuck.
So I cut up the net.
He did. He cut up the.
So like I was
net.
saying,
Wait.
I used it as sort of like a driveway, just with my son.
Shinny hockey.
Shinny borderline, yeah. And I thought at one point, you know what? I think I'm going to cut this thing up, just like they were doing with the cards, the game used pieces and whatnot. I was going to do something with frames, with autographed photos, and put it with a piece of the net. And had that on my radar for maybe half a year to a year or something. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I'll never forget, it was a Thanksgiving weekend. The wife was with the young kids at her parents', and I just didn't feel like going. So I'm there with a friend of mine. Remember Mikey?
Yeah, I remember Mikey.
Yeah, so Mikey and I were doing Thanksgiving, just the two of us at my place. And then I thought, you know what? Getting a little bit of a couple of beers on. And I said, hey, you got your tools in your in the truck or a car or whatever? And he said, yeah. And I was like, okay, go get the Sawzall. I said, we're going to cut up my net. And he said, what? Shit. And I said, let's do it right now, or I'm never going to do it. This is it. Man. So we walked out right to the driveway, and he says, are you kidding? I was like, dude, do it right now. If we don't start it, I'm never going to do it. I know I can make some more money than I actually spent on it if I divide it up into, 5,000 little pieces. Mm-hmm. So he literally cut it right in half. Oh, God. Just right to get the first cut. That's what I had to do to make it, now I'm going to do it.
You can't go back.
That's it. Once you cut it in half, it's over. You can't put it back together. So he literally did one slice, and I remember looking at me as he's doing it, like, are you really? I'm like, cut it. And we cut it up, and I got my return on my investment.
Did you regret it?
No, it was cool. I'm glad I did it. I created a lot of awesome pieces out of it, like tons. I cut the nets into little square, like little X's, and did bigger pieces, smaller pieces. I chopped the actual metal up.
Limited editions as
Oh,
well.
all kinds of limited. Limited a 500 Tim Horton framed photo with a piece of the net, and Johnny Bauer and Daryl Sittler, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah, with their autographs too, and a nice little frame.
Well, not Timmy's, but yeah, everyone else, the current guys that I could work with. Yeah, Timmy's was just because it's Timmy, and it was just the photo of Timmy's worth having.
Yeah, so cool, eh?
That's sick.
So people have stuff hanging in their.
Well, that net that you bought is now probably literally in a couple thousand homes at least.
Right.
Little pieces of it,
in
bigger
people
pieces.
man caves and
Man caves,
yeah.
offices, dental offices,
Sick.
who knows. But yeah, a couple thousand people easy have that hanging in their
It's
on
so
their
cool,
wall.
right?
Yeah.
I wonder what the other guy did with his net.
Yeah, no idea.
Probably has it like in the Hall of Fame and like.
Sold it off.
He didn't put it in his driveway, that's for sure.
Shoot balls at it.
Yeah.
So that's so cool, man. It brings back the past. It's like, yeah, now I'm in. Like, man, I regret getting sort of out of that.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, good times. I have a few questions here. Here's one. This is from my man Sal. He's from House of Gaia Ball Pythons. Looks like we have another super chat. Just kill that off.
Sean G from LHC Reptiles. Forgot to say hi in the original chat. Must be the drugs, lol.
Yeah, you're probably on some good ones, man.
Oh
Can I
man.
have some?
Oh, no.
No. That's
I'm joking.
No,
Yeah.
you're not. No, he's not. So, Sal says, Wes, after 20 years of friendship, what's the thing you admire, respect most about Billy?
Whew.
He said only 3 years.
No, 3 years that, you know,
Yeah.
they've been good.
Sorry, ask me more. What were the strong words he used? Admire or respect? What did he say?
I don't know. It says everything.
What did it say again?
It
One more
said,
time.
ready? After 20 years of friendship,
Yeah.
what's the thing you admire, respect the most? So it's either or.
Either or.
How about me?
You know what? Honestly, it's like a twofold: passion and enthusiasm. Doesn't matter what it was. When you want to do something and you get excited for it, it's contagious. And I've rode the wave with you on certain things. I mean, we almost opened that bar in Niagara Falls. You remember that?
Yeah, Signatures. We were gonna call it.
Yeah.
We were gonna call it Signature Sports Bar.
Yeah, just randomly. He's like, "Hey, man, you want to open a sports bar?" I'm like, "Sure."
We
He's
had
like,
all
"Let's
these
go down to
ideas.
Niagara Falls tonight," and we did, and
Yeah.
we almost did that.
I actually went down. I got the keys for 30 days. Remember,
Yeah.
from the owner.
Yeah.
To look around, draw stuff out.
Yeah.
And I actually sat there, imagined it, and
Yeah,
that was. Remember?
yeah,
Yeah, we've been-
spontaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but passionate and enthusiastic, and
It was just bad timing for both
for
of us.
that, absolutely, yeah.
And the location.
At the the location wasn't that great, and the notoriety I think the establishment had played a role too
Prior.
in my decision. But yeah, it's you're enthusiastic when you want to do something and you go all in, and that's a credit to you, and I think that's why Mutation Creations where it's at now. I mean, enthusiasm and passion, and look where you are. It's fantastic.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, and it's
I mean
cool
it.
because
I'm not lying.
no, it's cool because I see these guys too. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, Austin and I mean, what he does with his videos and the time he puts in and his animals, and, you know, Austin with, you know, same thing, helping, answering questions, you know, saving my ass when I'm going to make a mistake or reminding me and vice versa. So it's like, it's awesome that, you know, the way I am, everyone around me is sort of the same. And I think it's awesome.
That just breeds success. That's fantastic.
I think so. And like I said many times, man, I wouldn't be where I am without these guys. But, you know, it's like now I'm passionate about other things, and now it's coming so fast.
Yeah.
It's like I need these guys because now we're actually putting more on our plate. And, But it is, it's cool, man. But I definitely get excited about stuff and passionate, and I put all in, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Thanks for that question. What was his name again?
Sal,
Thanks, Sal.
Kayla, take it away.
Marvel Balls UK. Thank you for the help today, Billy. I really appreciate you and everyone else who gave me advice and helped me through a rough day.
Yeah, you're welcome. I try. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. I saw it earlier on my way into work, and then when I was in there, I just got all carried away. And Catherine says, "Oh, by the way, did you see?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to get back to her." So I reached back out, and thanks for reminding me, Catherine. once again, another team player that, you know, I get all excited into something. Someone's got to sort of, you know, lasso me and pull me back to do. Because if not, I'd just go off and go nuts. But I was just listening while driving home. It's a great answer, Wes. We all know Billy for that.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm looking at that screen up there, and that's 4 really good-looking guys. If I may say so myself.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Some more than others, but I'm not going to say who. But that's 4 good-looking gentlemen.
Oh, boy.
Deserve some super chats.
Another question. Flat Mountain Pythons. What is the rarest memorabilia you have sold? What is the rarest memorabilia you own? Whose autograph is the rarest? And who's the most valuable?
Okay. What was the first one?
Okay,
Sorry. One at a time.
Yeah, one at a time. Boom. What is the rarest memorabilia you have sold?
Rarest I have sold is Howie Morenz's. You guys might not know the name, but he was like the superstar.
1917?
Yeah, in that range. I know 20s, I believe. My memory fails me a bit, but I believe the 20s-ish. He was like the first ever real superstar of hockey. And his career was cut short. He was hit into the boards, and his skate blade caught the boards, and he broke his vicious break of his leg. And like the hockey folklore is that you could actually hear the snap of the femur in the arena when it happened. Jeez. So yeah, horrible. And this guy, picture like Gretzky, but from 1920. And this guy breaks his leg so bad, goes to the hospital, and then he was told in the hospital that he'll never play hockey again. So the actual cause of he actually died from this. First of all, the reality is he died, an infection set in, and he actually lost his life from the break. But the hockey folklore is that he died of a broken heart because he could never play hockey again. I actually at one point had those skates. They were given to me as collateral on an autograph deal that went sideways, so I kept them. And I actually put them in the Hockey Hall of Fame for a little bit. And then I took them back. And then one day, in a time of need, I sold them. So, yeah.
Here's a question.
That's the rarest thing I ever sold.
Here's a question.
Yep.
Can I ask you what you sold them for?
If memory serves, I want to say around like 25 grand-ish. I could be wrong, give or take a few bucks. But, I mean, now, honestly, I would probably sell them for like $250,000 in that range. I mean, the game use stuff has just gone through the roof. Mm-hmm. So, but at the time, I want to say 25 grand or so, give or take a bit.
Yeah. See, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love story, and that's one thing I know about Wes. He's always invited me in some of the hockey pools. Hey, man, yeah, it's like $200, do this, and I'm like, cool, and you know, you can't. This guy, how many times did you win that pool? Like, he's just.
Well, right now I'm in 3 pools. Okay, let's if you guys want the hockey pool update, I'm in 3 serious pools. 2 of them have been running for over 30 years. And it's some of the same GMs for 30 years they've been playing and competing against each other. So 2 years ago, I actually won all 3 pools. Never been done before, called it the Triple Crown. And I actually said I was going to do it the year before. I was positioning myself through trades to line it up so I could actually win all 3. And anybody that would listen, I would tell them, boys, I'm winning all 3 next year. You're just donating your money. I'm taking them all down. And sure. And then when the year started, I was looking pretty good, and a couple of the veterans would be like, Wes, just to compete in all 3 in the same year would be incredible. I said, nope, I'm winning all 3. I won all 3. Last year, I tried to defend the Triple Crown, and I won 2 of the 3 and finished second in the 3rd one. And now this year's going right now. I'm in first place in 2 of them, and I'm in 6th in 1, but I'm climbing. So I'm actually trying to pull off the impossible again, and then I just might retire because...
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
You know
One thing is I mean, he knows like hockey. You know, it's in his blood. I mean,
I love it.
It's like he knows the up and comers. This like where they are and it's just stats. I mean, one thing that's always been amazing is just like, oh my god, like, oh yeah, that's here, blah blah blah. He's over here, and I'm just like, how do you know all this? It's fascinating, and to see you, and that was way back when, and to see you now using this and your knowledge and everything, and all your passion and everything that you've done is led you to where you are now.
Absolutely. I'm like the Rain Man of hockey.
Yeah, no,
I
literally.
know my stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Always on Tuesdays.
That's funny.
Does anybody know that movie?
I heard of it.
You've
Yeah.
heard of it. Yeah. King Austin's like, nope.
I know it.
What was his next question?
What is the rarest memorabilia you own?
The rarest I own, I will show. Do I show it now or later?
Oh, cool. Yeah, show.
Right
Let's
now?
show it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's see.
Jeez. It's a giant number 1.
Well, it's I'm a little too far from there. This is a vintage model Montreal Canadiens jersey from George Vezina's rookie season. It's a rep. The jersey itself's a replica of what he would have worn then, but this autograph is genuine, and it's the only known guaranteed legitimate autograph from George Vezina, who they named the top goalie of the year after, the Vezina Award. This is his autograph. No one else has one. I currently have this on my auction site for $1 million.
Jeez.
And some people literally can say, oh, Wes, you're crazy. You can't ask that. Well, I can ask whatever I want because I'm the only one with it. And then I can also hit him up and say, no problem, I'll price match it, find it somewhere else. So, how do we show this off?
Here.
Holy snap. So this is $1 million worth.
Well, that's what I'm asking
What?
for it. That's what I'm asking for it.
It's a giant number 1 on it. Pretty sick.
It's the rarest autograph in the hockey world, bar none. There's nothing that comes close to it's
That's insane.
scarcity. It simply does not exist anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So sick.
It's pretty cool.
Can't really see that.
Now, hockey fans, I'm sure they know
That's
who
crazy.
the Vezina Award is. Top goalie. This is the guy that they actually named the trophy after.
Mm-hmm.
And goalies themselves, the Patrick Wa's, the Martin Brodeurs, the Carey Prices, they would want to own this themselves and, display it with pride in their own home, but they got to pony up the cash.
Yeah. Holy snap.
Awesome, eh?
It has a design at the front, too.
Yeah. How do we hold that up?
It's the old Canadians
not-
logo.
That's the very old Canadians logo.
This sweater is definitely not slacking on the back.
Very, very true.
$1 million worth autograph.
Black Sun Reptiles.
Cheers to the triple crown and all these studs at MC.
Triple. Did he just Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. Thank you very much. I was actually, you know what? It's a paper pool, and some people will scoff at paper pools, but I put a lot of time into it, and to win all three at some point is incredible, but to win all 3 in the same season.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it is.
I literally would sign off when I would send messages to other poolies, talking trade and whatnot. I would sign off, hey, thanks, let's talk trade, sign my name, and then I'd put a Triple Crown winner, and I'd put the years and the pool, like AHL, SHL, MHL, and it was like my handle, the Triple Crown winner. So
Before it even happened.
no, I didn't do that. No, I didn't want to jinx nothing.
Okay, after.
After it happened. So like if you sent me a message today, 2 years later, I'm going to respond to you, and my handle is going to be Wess Perisa, Triple Crown winner, 2019.
Don't let them forget it.
Never.
Whose autograph is the rarest and whose is the most valuable?
Well, that's kind of like the first question. I just showed it. The rarest one in hockey would be George Vezina. That's that. I just showed it. The rarest one in baseball. I'm dipping into that sport now. Hockey's my passion, but I'm learning baseball. I would have to say Shoeless Joe Jackson, I believe, is one of the rarest baseball ones. I don't own one, but I got stuff like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Mickey Mantle, all kinds. And so I've got some pretty rare baseball stuff too. But so it's hard to say what's the rarest autograph. Actually, you know what I just bought?
No.
Just bought an autograph of Jim Morrison.
No shit.
nice.
The
Yep.
Doors.
The Doors, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sick, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's one of his poetry books. And you know what? You would go nuts for this.
Yeah, I would.
Well, actually, there's a part of it that might end up with you if we can broker a deal. I kid you not. When I saw this, I like the rare stuff for my own collection, right? So anytime I see something, because I deal with all these major auction houses, and most of them are actually in the United States. So I saw this book come up, and I'm like, okay, I want in on this. And I'm studying the autograph. It's 100% legit, and it's personalized. And at the top, the personalization, it says, to Billy James. And then at the bottom, it's signed Jim Morrison. So me being the forward thinker that I am, the bottom signature is mine. And then the top, I'm going to cut James out because Jim Morrison's actual name is James Douglas Morrison. So the James at the top is actually, in theory, rarer than the Jim Morrison at the bottom.
Because he doesn't sign his name James.
He signs
You're right.
J. Morrison. He signs Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
He signs just Jim sometimes without the Morrison. This is James, his first real name. And that's going to leave a portion of it that says to Billy in Jim Morrison's writing. I kid you not.
What an amazing gift. My
Well,
birthday is
hold
next
on.
month.
See, but here's the deal. My brother's name is Billy as well.
I know him well. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm like, it's funny. I was telling the wife, like, I don't ask for approval, but I mean, we have 5 kids. I do have to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I warn her about pending purchases when she sees the bank account drop. So I said, hey, you're going to see it drop a little bit this week. And she's like, oh, what are you buying? So I told her, and she's like, oh my God, why? And I was like, trust me, it's what I do. Just trust me. But then I had her look at it, and I said, look, the bottom signature's mine. I'm going to cut out the James. I'm going to create a painting with the autographed James underneath it. I'm going to ask big bucks for that. And then I said, and the to Billy, I said, there's my brother, maybe. I said, there's also Billy, maybe. So no matter what, I know 2 Billies. I know I can turn that into something as well. So I'm going to actually dissect this book into 3, assets, if you will, out of the one purchase.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
excited.
Yeah. So that's my most recent purchase. That's rare. Jim Morrison, that's a good one to have.
Yeah, I mean, see? I mean, it's so cool. I mean, there's so many pieces and stuff. Like, I remember going to your old office in Woodbridge,
Yeah.
and you had all those autographed guitars. Who were they from?
Oh, the guitars. I've still got some. I've got Pink Floyd still. Who else do I have? My favorite. I got Trent Reznor, which isn't super rare. He's still alive, but I'm a big 9 Inch Nails fan, so I like my Trent. I guess those are the 2 best ones that I have. I didn't have a bunch of. I had albums signed.
Oh, yeah, the albums. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of the guitars, and then all the albums.
Well, that one wall you're referring to, I had the Pink Floyd guitar, and then I had like 8 of their albums signed around it as well. Yeah, I ended up selling the albums, pieced them off, but I kept the guitar. I couldn't get rid of that.
Yeah.
So that's still there.
Yeah, I remember being at your office a few times, and I believe the one time you were working with Carey Price a lot.
Yep.
And Carey and Team Canada just won the cup. Was it 2002?
No. That was 2014.
Yep.
2014.
Yep.
It was
Sunday.
Olympic gold.
It was on a Sunday, 12 o'clock.
See?
2014.
Yeah, he knows it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I thought it was earlier. No, 2002.
Hey, do you remember where I took an autographed jersey to? Do you remember that? You were with me, weren't you? We went to a concert. We gave it to one of the singers.
Oh, yeah. And they actually wore it on stage?
Yeah.
So,
man.
well, I'm just going to go back to the first one. Then we can
Sure.
get into this because there's tons of stories. And this is
Yeah.
awesome. I was there, and then you got a phone call, and you're like, oh, shit, this is Martin Brodeur's fucking agent. And you put it on speaker,
Yeah.
and he's like, hey, man, wouldn't it be cool to have both Carey and Martin Brodeur do a signing because they both won cups.
Okay.
They both won.
Well, he didn't win a cup
No, he didn't
yet.
win a cup yet. He won
Olympic gold.
Olympic gold,
Yeah.
and there was something else, Vesnas. I believe there was
he hadn't
something.
won a Vesna yet. He was just that guy who, to be honest, thanks for bringing him up. I don't care for him, but he was just trying to cash in because Martin Brodeur's career was at an end there. It actually might have been at the actual very end, and he saw an opportunity to try and ride Carey's coattails a bit and try and jump on board, which he actually ended up doing. Yeah, I ended up doing nothing with that guy. But that's what he was trying to do with that phone call was just work his way in. He had a player that he had a relationship with that was coming to an end. Carey obviously was rising to the top, so he wanted to, try and carry on doing what he does just with the next wave, if you will.
Yep.
Yep.
I was also one day. Was it Scott Pearson that you sponsored?
Sean Pearson.
Sorry, Sean Pearson.
What was that? What was his nickname? Well, it used to be Pimp Daddy, and then then he changed it to the Punisher. Yeah, I think it was the Punisher.
Yeah, I'm sitting there.
UFC fighter.
I'm at his house, just hanging out, and doorbell rings, and there he is, comes in, and he said, "Hey, man, he actually signed the shorts that you sponsored him with."
The fight shorts,
that
yeah.
he was fighting in.
Yeah.
So he had his logo on his shorts while he was fighting in the UFC.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that guy, first of all, great guy.
Yep.
I used to train with him. I shouldn't say I used to train with him. I trained at the same place that he kind of started at, and he would pop in from time to time. And but we had a rapport, and he's a great dude. And that's back when the UFC wasn't paying their guys all that well, especially guys that were on the undercard. So when the opportunity was there to put a few bucks in his pocket and up his pay and sponsor him. First of all, I love UFC. He's Canadian. I know him. I was all in. And you met him. He was a great guy.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm just like, wow, this is cool. And here's the shorts, and had a little bit of blood on them.
It literally did have some blood.
And
yeah.
I'm just like, wow, these are my used shorts. I'm like, that was super cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were really into the UFC.
Yeah.
And thanks to you. Yeah, we're going to go all over the place. We're supposed to get into that.
I know where you were about to go.
Yeah, so anyways, for my birthday, 6 years ago.
Yeah, 2000, that would be 14 as well. Yeah. It was 2015.
15. I think it was 15. 14 or 15. I have to look my Facebook story.
Yeah, 14 or 15. I think
So-
14. No, it was 14.
Yeah,
You
for
can
my
look it up.
birthday.
Someone prove I'm right. 2014, UFC in Quebec.
For my birthday, he's like, yo, bro, we're going to Quebec. I'm taking you. I got front row seats to the UFC. And I'm like, no shit. He's like, yeah. And here's the guy that, goes to Vegas. How many UFCs have you gone to front row in Vegas?
Well, in Vegas, I've only been to one front row in Vegas, but I've been front row in Montreal, Toronto, New Jersey, Chicago, Columbus.
What about
Minnesota?
What about the story where you had front rows, you put them up for a ridiculous price?
Oh.
Here's a good story. Here's a
Okay.
good story. And I want to give a huge shout out to my man Antoine from High Desert Pythons. He actually trains.
Nice.
And he's
Os.
loves the UFC, and he teaches. I think I don't know if it's jujitsu or I don't know what he does, but I wouldn't want to fuck with him. So
So the UFC tickets?
yeah, that
Okay.
story. It was pretty funny because you were laughing. You're like, hey, dude,
Yeah. So I'm at a Linkin Park concert in Montreal, side of the stage, having a grand old time. And I had a friend with me. Shout out to Vince. He's probably not listening, but what's up, Vince? And he was going to go down to this UFC with me. Which one? I think this one was in Columbus. I'm positive, yeah. I think it was Anderson Silva versus Dan Henderson to unify the Pride and UFC titles. And I had front row, dead center seats for that event. Like I tried to usually do, but for some reason this time, actually I remember the reason, sorry. It was I put them up on StubHub because they were so good that I wanted to use them to drive attention to some of my other tickets. I never expected them to sell. So I put them up on StubHub for $8,888 US.
each.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. No. Sorry, for the pair.
Oh, for the pair.
Sorry, for the pair. 8,888 US. And I literally, no intention to sell them. I'm going to be sitting in them. I'm putting them up there to draw attention to the other tickets I had to the UFC for sale. And I remember I'm at this concert and I'm rocking out, and it's like, Linkin Park is phenomenal. So I'm enjoying it. And all of a sudden, this is back when Blackberries were cool. My Blackberry goes off and I look at it and I probably am I allowed to swear in here?
Sure. I
said-
say fuck all the time.
Perfect. Well, I don't know. You got any children? Is this a children's program? Anyways. So I said, fuck. And I said it, and I must have been pretty emphatic with it because Vince was like, "What's wrong?" And this is during a concert, so it's loud. But I said it loud enough where I startled him. He's like, "Dude, what's wrong?" And I remember just looking at my phone, and I probably said "fuck" again. And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Dude, I just sold my UFC tickets." And he said, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Not the front rows." I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why?" And I just showed him the screen. He looked at me. He goes, "Bullshit." And I said, "Dude," I said, "the fucking money's already there. I just got paid like $8,888 US."
Oh, God.
Yeah, no shit, man.
That's crazy.
So
And you
then-
paid about 3 for them.
3 Canadian,
Okay, yeah.
3,000 Canadian tops, maybe like 25 Canadian-ish for those ones. I think I won those ones in an auction for charity or something. So say 2,500 is what I actually think they were. So, and then I remember him saying to me, "So what? You're not going now?" Because we used to go. Him and I actually and a few other friends would go to multiple UFCs. So he says, "You're not going?" I said, "Well, I'm fucking going." I said, "I just got to figure this out." So, long story short, I ended up buying 4th row, one section over. I want to say, I forget what I bought. All I know is this. By the time all was said and done, I was sitting in my 4th row seat. I could see the gentleman sitting in my front row seat. And he essentially, and I'm literally, I want to say 12 feet away from him. And he paid me about $4,500 to swap seats at the end of the day. 'Cause I could see him sitting right there. I'm sitting here. And I'm thinking to myself, I'd rather be sitting there, but I like the $4,500 in my pocket. So,
And that's after paying for all your.
oh, that's after paying for, absolutely paying for the fourth row I had, paying for my trip, paying for my hotel, everything. Like I made $4,500 to sit fourth row, a nice aisle seat too. Like I was, boom, comfortable and
That's crazy.
And I got paid to watch the UFC from the fourth row. Anderson Silva beat Dan Henderson. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
Super cool.
Yeah.
We got to get into this one though.
Okay. Which
Okay.
one?
Well, yeah, which one? There's so many. So let's just go back to the time you took me for my birthday.
Ah,
We go there, and of course, I mean, you can get into that. I mean, he's had some meetings and stuff with Dana White, and always were saying, yeah, you know, I was there and blah blah blah, and we were trying to work some stuff out, and it was exciting, and it never panned out. But I remember we're there, and sure enough, we're front row, and there's Dana White, and Dana White's coming in. How far? About 40 feet away? 50?
I'd say 50-ish, yeah.
50 feet away.
He's on the other side of the octagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden there was this giant scream from right beside me.
Hey, Dana!
Top of his lungs.
Hey, Dana!
Oh, man.
So Dana looks over because, you know, it was just starting. So it's
Yeah.
prior to the fights.
Yeah.
Hey, Dana! So Dana looks over and walks over and is like, hey, Wes, how are you? What do I do?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. First of all, I do have a lot of stories. That's the truth. But when something like that happens, it proves that it wasn't bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I told him, no, I've met Dana. I had meetings with him, and, you know, we're not friends. But, and actually the funny thing about this is that would be 2014. So we're talking, it was probably 4 or 5 years-ish, give or take. It might be 3 years. I don't know. But let's just say it's been at least a few years since I last saw Dana. So you yelled very loud, hey, Dana. And I'm not going to lie. I was just like, oof, that was tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't hide. I'm a big man. So I'm like, now I'm seen. And Billy's just pointing at me like, look, it's Wes. And I actually didn't know that Dana would do what he did. I'll be honest with you. I really didn't. Like, I was like, fuck, like he might remember me. I'm a memorable guy. We had some good talks. But he actually starts walking right towards us. And do you remember that guy that tried to stop him? There was a guy in a suit that tried to stop Dana on his way to me. Do you remember that? Maybe not.
I don't know.
No
I was
biggie.
just so excited because he was coming.
Well, Dana's walking towards us, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, it's not the way. I knew we would have seen him because we're right in the front row. But so Dana's walking straight towards me, and this guy in a suit tried to stop Dana.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
Dana just like strong, like, nope, and came straight for me too. Like, don't bug me right now. I'm going to say hi to Wes. And I was like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I really was. It made me feel fucking great. So Dana walks up. He's like, what's up, big? He called me big. He didn't say Wes. He said,
Big
what's
guy.
up, big man? You know, we did like the cool hug. And then, I was like, hey, how you been? I'm like, I'm good, this, that. And then Billy's like, hey, man, can I get a photo?
Can I get a selfie? And you just looked down at me like, really, dude?
Well,
And
I
I'm
get
like,
it, though. You're
yeah.
passionate and you're enthusiastic.
Fucking Dana White.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. So, Dana's like, yeah, sure, dude. So, you take your photo with him, which is cool. I actually got a photo with him. I never had a
Yeah.
photo with Dana before that because I never asked him. But then Dana...
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. You know what? Thank you. But Dana actually asked me. Dana literally said, do you want
got
one,
one too,
Wes?
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fuck it. So I did. Like, what am I going to say? No, I'm good?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yeah, $50.
Wow. No, Dana, I'm good. I'll pass.
No.
Like, how the fuck do you say no? So I said, yeah, I got my photo with him too. But, yeah, that was cool.
You know what the worst part about that whole incident was?
What's that?
Afterwards, we're out hanging out at the strip club.
Oh, Bisping.
And Michael Bisping, the Count, walks in with his entourage, and we're fucking hanging around with him all night.
Yeah, that was cool.
VIP, drinking, having a good time. And
Yeah.
he was down because he lost. He was like, oh,
He
man,
didn't lose. That fucking sucked.
Yeah.
We actually left the fight early. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He was fighting Tim Kennedy. The fight fucking sucked. Not because of Bisping, because of Tim Kennedy. He just held him down and fucking dry humped his leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Jeez.
So we
Dry
left.
humped.
Yeah, we literally, it sucked, man. So we left to go to a gentleman's establishment. Correct?
What did I say? The Rippers?
A gentleman's establishment. So we're there having a good old time, and who walks in? Bisping, Jason Perillo, his trainer, and Bisping's pops, the old man, which was fucking, he was actually really cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
So did I buy? I bought them. I think I bought them drinks. I think I just sent them drinks first, and then Bisping, I think, motioned us over or something. We walked over, and then Bisping said, thanks. I said, yeah, big fan. I said, we were at the fights tonight, and he apologized.
He
kept
all night
apologizing.
long.
Yeah,
all
night long. I'm
like,
so
sorry,
sorry,
guys, man. Like,
yeah,
he felt really bad, which was super cool, right?
Well,
and
he had no. I kept telling him he had no reason to apologize. I said, I'm a big fan. I've seen lots of your fights. I've seen lots of fights in general, period. And I said, that wasn't a fight. It is what it is.
And you know what the worst part about it is?
What's that?
A few days later, he puts on Facebook a picture of him and Michael Bisping. And I'm like, where the fuck was I?
Hey, Bisping asked for that photo, by the way. You know who sent it to me? He did, I swear. Bisping asked for the photo, and Jason Perillo was on Jason Perillo's phone, and Jason texted it to me.
You know what sucks? I mean, I'm like, where was I? I mean, that's what sucks. I
remember where you were.
Oh, man.
Where were you again?
You were taking a shit. I'm just kidding. Did I say that out loud?
But no, it sucks because, I mean, we're hanging out with him all night, and then, years later he wins, the title. It was fuck.
It's one
I
of
don't
those,
even have a picture with him. And I was hanging out with him most of the evening.
You know what? That was one of the... like I said, I'm a diehard fan. I've watched every UFC since part 2. I missed part 1, didn't know it existed. Friends came to school talking about part 1. Of course, I was like, oh, yeah, I saw it. It was fucking great. Didn't see it, but I didn't want to look like the loser that did. And so I'm saying, oh, yeah, it was wonderful. Best thing ever. But I was so jealous. So when part 2 came out, it was coming up. A friend of mine had pay-per-view, went and watched it, and I was hooked. And I've literally never missed one. So, but yeah, been saying that. We're up to UFC 262 now or something, and not to mention all the fight nights and whatnot. And that Bisping winning, the way he won, is one of my favorite moments of all time. It was awesome. Yeah.
Sick.
Good guy makes good.
Yep. And then I remember when he did, you posted the picture again. Look, hey. I'm like, motherfuck. That's what I mean, man. When you have opportunities, you got to take them because you blink, you miss them, you can't get them back.
Are you mad at me for cropping you out of that picture?
I wasn't in there. I don't know. I could have.
You weren't actually in that one.
I know. I don't think so. But I was a little intoxicated.
You were a photo hog that night. You got a ton of photos with people that night. I actually got a lot of photos with people that night, and that's not my style, but I did that night.
Yeah, that was a few people.
Yeah.
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 I know. I got them still.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
He turned me into super fan that night. Yeah.
One story we got to get into because it's awesome. You told it earlier to these guys.
Which one?
How about the one where you guys were at a UFC and oh my God. Why do I get a brain fart all the time?
Are you talking Couture again?
Thank you. Randy Couture.
All right.
This was a hilarious one.
Okay. So it was actually my first ever UFC. This is how good I am. I want to say 70-something. That's how long ago this is. UFC 70-something. 76, 75. No, UFC 68. You got Google Magic over there? UFC 68. Try that one.
Randy Couture versus
Tim Sylvia. Tell me it's UFC 68. Oh, I'm going to be so impressed if I'm right. No?
Looks like it.
No way, he's right.
Come on. I'm right. UFC
yeah.
68. Bring it, boys. Dude, tell me that's not amazing.
Hold on one sec. We got a couple super chats right now. Sean from the man in the hospital, who's just the fucking champ and awesome guy, for an investment into a Honus Wagner T206. Only $3.249 million. Oh, no.
It's over 3.25 million in October.
Wow.
That's the one that Gretzky and John Candy and Bruce McNall bought. There's like 3 or 4 of those cards.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And then here we are. Here's my man Antoine from High Desert Pythons. Fights are starting back up in California soon. I'm excited to get back running events and coaching. Awesome, man.
Fantastic, buddy.
And what is it that, can you keep an eye out? What is it that you train? I'm pretty sure it's jiu-jitsu. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's jiu-jitsu.
Could be Muay Thai, but...
No, he's got the gi and everything else, and, so...
He has a video that he showed us last time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he wants us to talk about it, but...
No.
That guy,
if I may,
sorry for the guy.
I notice a couple of fantastic people there.
Give him shout-outs.
Hello, Amy. Thank you for noticing my voice. And Aurora Exotics, she agrees with Amy, so I agree with her too. Thank you very much.
So it says, yeah, no, I agree. You definitely have a voice for radio, but not a face.
And a face for radio as
You
well.
got a face for it.
That's all right. I got enough ugly for 3 people. That's okay.
BJJ and Muay. So
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love it.
yeah, and Muay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Sick. Cool, man.
So you want the couture story?
I want the couture story because when you
Okay.
told me years ago, I'm like, oh my God.
Okay. So actually a couple things happened that night, which are, I want to, like I said, remember with the Dana White, right? When that happened, you could tell Dana knew me, right?
Oh, 100%. He came
Okay.
over and
All right. So it's nice when stories get validated, sometimes even by accident. So remind me at the end of this one to tell you a validation story, which was so cool. And it ties into this. So it's my first ever UFC. It was Randy Couture coming out of retirement to face Tim Sylvia for the heavyweight strap. I couldn't miss it. So I go down to Columbus for this. I had a second row cage side seat, but I was in the aisle. So when the fights would be going on, I step one step out into the aisle, one step up, boom, I'm front row, right? So I watched the majority of that UFC shoulder to shoulder with Andrei Arlovsky.
you have pictures of him.
Yeah.
You have a picture of him sitting there
Oh, yeah.
right beside him.
Actually, his girl was hitting on me hard that night, hard, and I got proof of that too, which is in what I got. No, this
You're
is
a rock star.
No, this is cool. I'm not joking, man. You could Google. Well, I don't know how many girlfriends he's had, so which one would appear? I never got her name, but she got mine. But no bullshit, I swear. And I got this is funny. Anyway, I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you the validation story. There's actually 2 from the same UFC that happened at a future date. But so I'm watching this whole. Almost the entire UFC with Andrei Arlovsky and Andrei Arlovsky's girlfriend. And Arlovsky would obviously get a lot of fans in between fights. Oh, get your photo and autograph and shit like that. So he would just turn attention to them, and I'd just be chilling with his girl, and we were hitting it off. The main event comes. Arlovsky had lost his strap to Tim Sylvia, so he had a vested interest in this fight. So he hates Tim. He's cheering for Randy. Well, Randy fucking wins. 5 round, just destroys Tim Sylvia. Well, I wouldn't say destroyed. Held him down. Wrestled him, grappled him. He won the fight, hands down. Mm-hmm. The fight ends, and Arlovsky has the security guard lift the gate, the railing, at the front row beside the cage, lift it so he can get through with his girlfriend. And he does. He's got the necklace, the pass, everything, so he slides through. Split second, I look down. Security guard turns his back to me, and I see the gate still open. I'm like, whoa. I grab my friend, Richard, but everyone called him Monkey. Did you ever meet Monkey?
I did.
He was awesome.
He's the one with the grappling ears.
Oh, buddy.
The cauliflower ears. Yeah, hell of a grapper.
Oh, my goodness. He's got him some bad. But that guy is one of the pound for pound toughest guys I've ever met in my life. And I would put him to the test against any UFC fighter, literally in his weight class for sure. But, I mean, he would actually school some guys that are, 3 weight classes above him. He was just phenomenal athlete. But anyway, so I grab Monkey by the arm and I slide through the opening. And in a split-second decision, I'm walking around the cage, just ho-hum, lights are on, and I'm just strolling. And I start catching up to Randy's entourage, which is maybe like at that point 20 people deep. Arlovsky and his girls behind them. And I stroll up kind of behind them. And I'll never forget on the other side, my former partner at the time, Dave, you remember?
Yep.
And I think Tyler was on the other side with him, probably Dave and Tyler. So they're on the opposite side of the cage, but they had aisle seats right beside where the fighters walk out. And all of a sudden, I'm walking down that ramp, but towards the dressing room. And I remember they look at me, and they're like, what's going on? And I was just shrugging my shoulders like, I don't know. Like, I'm just fucking doing this. We'll see what happens. I'll see you afterwards somewhere. We stroll up to the black curtain, big-ass black curtain, and there's this one security guard asking everybody for their passes. And this is where I'm going to get busted, and I know it, so I'm like, fuck. Split-second decision, I whip out the old cell phone. It was a flip phone, back when those were cool. And I start just screaming into it, like, yeah, he won. Like I'm celebrating this victory, and I'm just screaming to dead air. And I get within, from me to King Austin-ish, maybe a little bit further away. Mm-hmm. And the guy motions me like, hey, show me your pass. And I motion him, 1 sec, hold on, I'm on the phone. And then he looks to the left, because I was keeping my eyes on him. He looks to the left, and I get right up to him, and he's not looking at me just yet. So I grab Monkey by the arm, and I just slide through the curtain. And in a split second, I'm in the back of Nationwide Arena, which is in Columbus, big, giant concrete room, very bright. Like, I remember I was just like, whoa, it's bright. There's the Zamboni over there. And I stood there for a split second just like, wow, I've made it this far, not even realizing what I'm trying to do. I'm just doing it. Look at the Zamboni, look to the right, and I see the entourage still walking. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll keep walking with them. So now I'm walking towards, I forgot to tell you guys a part of this story actually too. So I'm walking towards, it's a doorway to a hallway. And when I say a doorway, I mean like a door in the hallway of your house. Not a 25-foot tall black curtain, 15 feet wide, 25 feet tall, and one dude manning it. It's one fucking door. And I'm like, this is definitely where I get popped. Beside the security guard, there's a couple fighters leaning up against the wall, and one of them is Matt Hughes. You guys might not know who Matt Hughes is.
I know who Matt Hughes
Okay.
is.
Former welterweight champ. Matt Hughes.
GSP beat him
Yes, he did.
a couple times.
Well, actually, do you remember when GSP challenged him in the cage after a Matt Hughes fight and said, I am not impressed by your performance?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Matt Hughes has got one foot up on the wall and just kind of posting up, sitting there. Earlier that night, he had his first fight back after losing to GSP. He was fighting a guy named Chris Lytle. Boring as fuck fight. 3 rounds of him just humping the leg. It was fucking shit. Now, again, remember, I'm front row during the, the intermission, if you will, between fights. And he's about to give, this is Matt Hughes going back, so I got to tell you 2 parts of the story. Now I'm jumping here. But after Matt Hughes' fight with Chris Lytle, it was so boring that the crowd was dead. Joe Rogan's in the cage. There's a little bit of a pause. He's about to interview him. And it just impulsive. I just screamed his name. Matt Hughes, top of my lungs. He looks right at me. Joe Rogan looked right at me. And then I screamed, I am not impressed by your performance, as loud as I could in my best GSP voice. My section instantly starts laughing and giggling. Matt Hughes is just eyeballing me like, you motherfucker. I remember I looked to the left. Do you remember a fighter named Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine?
Oh, yeah, the big, tall, bald guy.
Yes, with the goatee. Yes.
Yeah.
He's just sitting down in an aisle seat, and he's looking at me, and he's just like, dude, you didn't. Like, just shaking his head like, nah. And I'm looking at Keith. I'm like, yes, I did. Looking back, Matt's still just staring at me. The entire interview with Rogan, he's just looking at me like, well, I came here to get the win. Oh, shit. That was most important, and I got the win. That's what we wanted to do. I'm not here to impress anybody. I needed the win, and that's exactly what I got. And he's just eyeballing me, just like that. Just the whole interview with Rogan staring at me. So now that I'm in this back hallway trying to get through this door, who's right there? Matt Hughes. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, fuck, I got to deal with the security guard maybe. Oh, shit, there's Matt Hughes. Fuck. Like, I don't want him to look at me and notice me. I'm a noticeable guy. You know what I mean? Matt Hughes never looked at me once, which is great. Which is fucking great. I mean, he's 170 pounds. I'm not, but he's Matt Hughes. He'll fucking take me down. If it was in an elevator, I think I'd smash him, but we're not in an elevator. So, anyways, back to the security guard. Again, a doorway. Your closet door right there. That narrow. We're all single filing there. Security guards on the left side. Exact same technique. It worked once. I'm going to try it twice. Break out the phone. Yeah, I'm going to the dressing room now. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Look at the security guard. Yeah, hold on. I'll show it to you. Hold on. I don't know who got his attention, but he looks that way again. Blink of an eye. I walk through the door with Monkey. Now I'm in a hallway, narrow hallway. I don't see anybody. Just fucking empty. I'm like, what the fuck? I take a few steps forward. I look to the left. Oh, they're all in here. It's in a big room. Step into the room. What do I see? Randy Couture down on one knee, hugging 2 kids, if I recall correctly, a boy and a girl. They're crying. Kim Couture, his wife, is right behind him, standing with her hands over her face. She's crying. And I'm about 4 or 5 feet into the room, and I just step back against the wall. Monkeys to my right. More people who are supposed to be there are trying to come in. So I'm like, yes, come on in. I'm the doorman now. I'm letting these people in. And I looked around, and everyone's hugging. People are rejoicing. Some are actually crying, not just Kim, some of the trainers and shit. And the sinking feeling I had, like, oh, fuck, at any second, my brain literally thought everyone's going to look at me and be like, who the fuck are you? Like, could you imagine that? It didn't happen, but could you? That's what I thought. I pictured it. I'm like, oh, fuck, what am I doing? It's intimate. It's private. It's powerful. Who the fuck is this guy? So I remember I looked down at Monkey and I said, bro, we shouldn't be here. And God bless him. He looks at me and goes, dude, I'm just following you. I'm like, let's fucking get out of here. So I kind of like borderline back my steps out And that was my Randy Couture story. But the fun validation story is this. 1 year later, I'm in Columbus again. That one I was telling you about, the Silva versus Henderson.
Yep.
2 things happened that night. Did you ever meet Jamie, the other agent that I used to work with? Young guy, Jamie, JR, I'd call him.
I'm not sure. I may have. I'm not really sure.
He might have, because he used to come to the office I had when I was in Mississauga. Anyways, so he's heard a lot of these stories, and, you know, take Wess with a grain of salt or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Like, when someone asks, I tell a story, right? Oh, what happened? I'll tell them. So I would brag about a little bit about Andre Arlovsky's girlfriend first and foremost. And of course, I've told the Matt Hughes story, right?
Yeah.
In the same night, in the intermission of one of the fights, lights are on. Some guy comes up to me. I remember it was a little Asian dude. He's like, hey, man. And I'm a big guy, so I got a lot of people. They're either intimidated by me, so they want to buy me drinks, be my best friend, or just, you know, get on my good side. Like they think I'm just some ogre who's going to smash them over the head in between fights or something, or in between a concert song or something. Like, just fuck. I'm only noticing you because you're making me notice you. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I'm sincerely. So I had him pegged as one of those guys at first. Like, oh, okay, like, relax, little dude. I'm not going to fucking eat you. Relax. So he's like, are you enjoying the fights? Yes, I'm enjoying the fights. Your first ever fight? No, I go to a bunch. Oh, yeah? First time in Columbus? Holy fuck, dude. No, it's not my first time in Columbus. Is it your first fights in Columbus? Holy fuck. No, dude, I was here last year. He goes, Couture Sylvia? I said, yeah. I kid you not. He gets all excited. He goes, are you the guy that yelled at Matt Hughes? And I was like, yes, I am. And Jamie, I'm like, Jamie, listen to this story. So the guy goes and tells Jamie the story about me. He goes, oh, it was great. He yelled at Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes was so pissed at him. So I'm like, oh, fuck, isn't that? What are the odds of a 20,000 seat arena, some random dude that was at the same fight validating my story, right? So later on in the night, Arlovsky was fighting, and it was his last fight in his contract. I remember that too. And at one point in the middle of the night, the middle of the fights, someone came up and kind of like, you know, a girl come up and grab you from the sides, kind of like, hey, poke, like one of those, startle you. I almost smashed her in the face with my elbow, by the way. I really did, because I was like,
broke her nose.
Oh, I swear, I almost did. Like, she literally grabbed me like you'd want to scare your girlfriend or something. Like, hey, boo. She does that to me, and I literally almost dropped her right in the face with my elbow. And I look, and it's her, and I'm like, oh, and you can't. She's stunning. And I looked at her, I'm like, oh, hey, you. And she remembers me. I don't remember her name, but good looking. That's her name. And she goes, hey, hon. And she leans in to do me the double kiss. So I give her the double kiss. And then she's just being all friendly and putting her arm around my side and just, you know, being what she is. She's very flirtatious. I forgot Jamie's even with me. So he's heard all these stories, right? So then it dawns me, oh, yeah, fucking Jamie's with me. So I'm like, Jamie. And I want to introduce him to her, but I didn't remember her name. So I literally think I called her Arlovsky's girlfriend. I'm like, Jamie, this is Arlovsky's girlfriend. Arlovsky's girlfriend, this is Jamie. But the fact that she saw me, obviously, in the crowd, was in the 4th row. She saw me. She came up to me and wanted to fucking snuggle and made me look really good to Jamie. So there you go. Validation.
That's true.
You know what the funny thing is, too?
What's that?
I've seen you on so many, you know, especially when the fighters are coming through.
Yeah.
You can always see you going right there, like almost front row.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny because if you even watch our fight, the fight that we went to, because we were front row, if you look over, what was the Kenny Florian? Yeah, Kenny Florian was basically, if you turned around, that's how far away, probably about 6 feet, 6 to 8 feet.
You mean Kenny announcing or as he's fighting?
Announcing.
Yeah, okay,
No.
yeah. Announcing, yeah.
Kenny Florian was announcing.
Because it's surprisingly far away from the cage, even if you're front row. There's a good distance,
There's a good,
actually.
like,
Yeah.
I'd say
15? 15-ish,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's
From
a
the
while.
cage to your seat, 15 feet from the cage, even
And
though
then-
you're front row.
Yeah, and then you're at a table,
Yep.
and your back is at the teleprompter, whatever's there,
Yeah.
and you're probably, maybe twice as far as you're at, and there's Kenny Florian, and then we're in the background, and I'm screaming, yeah! And people have said, it's like, I was watching that fight, I could see you in the background, and I've actually went and watched some of the fighting of that, and you can see me and you in the background, I'm going, it's crazy. But I've seen you on many, especially when the fighters are coming down. Can't miss you going out like this, getting high fives and shit like that. It's pretty
Well,
funny.
they've actually used me on their promo before to hype UFC, I want to say 77. It was called Hostile Territory, Anderson Silva versus Rich Franklin, Part 2. And, it was in Cincinnati, so that's exactly what. I think it was 77. You looking it up?
No.
No.
I want to say 77. I hope I'm right again. I'll be so proud of myself.
Look it up. Cincinnati UFC 77.
Cincinnati 77. No.
UFC.
Silva versus Franklin.
Yeah, Silver. Is it 77?
Yeah.
Come on, boys. Recognize.
October 20th, 2006.
Recognize. Thank you. That's the one. Well, they actually used me in their promo video to hype that, and I saw it on the DVD because I bought all the DVDs that I went to, and I see it. I'm in the crowd. Like, they put the camera right on me, and I was just fucking screaming. The guy behind the camera there's two guys. The guy holding the camera and another guy behind saying, like, keep going, keep going. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm letting it go. That moment is special to me because I'll tell you, I was in the outs with one of my best friends of all time, but we were on the outs at the time. So if you can picture this scenario, it's priceless. Like, I wish I wasn't at the fights. I wish I was there to see this, actually, but obviously wouldn't happen then. It's bizarre, but I'll explain it. Big bar in Toronto called Rakers at the time. Massive billiards. Like, it was like the biggest billiards in Toronto. Huge, big screen TV for the fights, all that shit. I'm down at the UFC, and a bunch of my friends, Mikey's the one that tells me the story, who you know.
Yeah.
They're there at the Rakers bar watching the pay-per-view. And let's say there's maybe, 10 or 12 of my friends sitting around getting drunk watching the fights. And Mikey, who's a Wess fan, he was like, Wess is down there, man. He was my hype boy. He's a good friend. He's letting people know Wess is there. We should look for him. And Pat, who was like my all-time childhood best friend.
Dugan.
Pat McDougal.
Oh, McDougal.
Yes,
yeah.
Pat McDougal.
Yeah.
Hello, Pat, if you're watching. And at the time, he knows we were on the outs. So he says, because he was a fucking prick at the time, he says, as if we'll even fucking see him. And the story goes that apparently as soon as he said, as if we'll ever fucking see him, there I am on the screen for their fucking hype video. I'm about 20 feet tall on the Rakers big screen screaming, yeah, standing above Pat because his back's to me. Mike's like, Wes, you don't understand. He said, as if we'll fucking see him. And then there you are, 20 feet tall on the big screen, screaming your fucking head off. Like, can you picture that? Like, is that not showing my best friend?
That's something with Austin. When Austin says or visualizes something, it like happens. I'm like, wow,
Dude.
how?
Karma, man. Just bite your tongue. Don't, you know what I mean? I love it. That was
Careful what
cool.
you wish for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple super chats. Cursed Creatures.
I'm liking the tarantula collection you're getting. Some nice teas, Billy. Keep inspiring. You all rock.
Awesome. Oh, and Philip from PD's Reptiles.
Sorry I'm late, y'all. Was putting a rack together and had to run back to work.
Yeah, man. Finally got your rack in. Awesome. Super cool.
Looks like we need some water.
Yeah, you do. Ricky Cunningham. Remember I called him Richie last time?
Yeah.
Like, Ricky, I got it right this time. Ricky Cunningham.
How is everyone? Love your videos.
Thank you. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
Can I chime in on something?
Sure.
I saw a comment scroll up a bit.
Yeah.
Right around. Construction worker one.
Yep.
Agreed. That's very sad what happened to Matt. He's struggling really hard with the simplest things. You know what? From what I understand, he's doing better. But you're absolutely right. Tragic. For those that don't know, Matt Hughes had an accident. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but he pulled up in front of a train and in his truck and got hit, and he was in bad situation. And
Wow.
But the things that I've seen since, he's getting back to a way of life, from my understanding. I don't have any inside scoop or nothing, but definitely a terrible thing to have to deal with. So I caught that comment. Well said.
Cool, man. No, I didn't even know that, too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for him. So you're going to go do your water break?
Stay hydrated, people.
So their water breaks mean that they're going to go smoke some weed.
Nice, boys.
We don't smoke weed.
I actually quit about a year ago. Otherwise, I would totally be joining you. Yeah.
What, have me sitting here by myself? What would I do?
See, people tell me to
Talk.
quit, but my mom didn't raise a quitter. So
Well, you know what, my buddy, I smoked since I was, I guess, about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. I love it. I had a health scare about a year. Well, actually, no, it was January 26th of last year. I'm in a hospital. Not a hospital. I'm in an ambulance.
Jeez.
On the way to the hospital. It was heart shit. It was scary. And I literally prayed to God. And one of the things I said, like, I'll straighten up, man. No more fucking around. Get myself healthy and this and that. And one of the things was smoking. Like, I smoked all day long. Like, I wake up at 8, by 8:30, tops 8:30, like probably 8:15. First smoke of the day is the best one.
Yeah.
An hour later, another. An hour later, another. By the end of the day, you smoke 12 to 15 doobies. I didn't vape. I just rolled my joints, smoked one papers, but like 15 of them a day. So I literally prayed to the big man, like, I got 5 kids at home. I got to get back there. So make it happen, and I'll go straight. And
Jeez.
he made it happen. So it's been a difficult. It's difficult.
Oh, I can
Even
imagine.
moments like this, it's like, yeah, I'd like to join you boys, get a little flavor, get a little more relaxed. Right now, I wouldn't get relaxed though. Like back then,
Oh, you'd probably be like,
right now I'd be tripping in the corner, shaking back and forth. I don't like this.
especially with what I'm smoking.
For a year and a bit, oh yeah, buddy, I'd be right back to fucking grade 9. Yeah, no shit.
Oh boy.
Enjoy,
do
Joe.
that, but they also actually do bring water back. So.
You know what? I love it, and I love these. Very classy, buddy.
Oh, thanks,
very
man.
classy.
Thank you. My man Andre says Matt Hughes will be on the Fighter's Voice podcast on Wednesday, an MMA podcast that I sponsor. Sick. There you go.
That is fantastic. Well, obviously, if he's coming on the podcast, things are better. I was never actually a big Matt Hughes fan, to be honest with you. And that whole thing that I yelled at him was just to get attention and be a dickhead like I like to be sometimes and just make it fun and create a memory. But after that happened to Matt Hughes, it's weird. Wasn't a fan of his. Then I read that happens to him, and all of a sudden it makes him a person. And yeah, almost, I won't say endeared me to him, but you want to see him get better and you want to see him, live a full life. So I don't know if I'd say I'm a Matt Hughes fan now, but I'm pulling for him. So I guess I am a Matt Hughes fan. I'm pulling for him to get back to living a productive life and health and all that good stuff.
Cool. Yeah, man, that's awesome. I'll probably tune into that, or at least I'll find out.
Yeah, it's great. Well, if he's doing a podcast, he's obviously his motor vehicles and his vocabulary and his speak. Like, he was in rough shape. It was scary. So it's good that he's obviously improving enough to get back out there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, always looking for, positivity and stuff like that. And, yeah, shit happens. I mean, hopefully, the podcast goes well, and maybe he'll talk a little bit about it. And
I don't know if he actually, well, maybe he will. I can't say.
know.
I have no idea. I don't know if that's something he'd want to talk about. Who knows? But bottom line is he's out there. I bet you he's there to talk MMA and maybe the current state of it and certain fighters and things like that. But God bless him.
Philip Wiedemann, from PD's Reptiles. When having a private collection, how do you catalog what you have so you do not buy duplicates?
What a good question. I got in this business by accident because I bought a duplicate. Hey, honestly, I went crazy. I bought a ton of stuff one summer. I started collecting, bought a ton of stuff. By the end of the summer, I'm looking in my closet. I see 2 Gordie Howe signed jerseys. And I was like, wow, I don't remember buying 2, but obviously I did. And then I decided to obviously list one. I remember listed it on eBay, my first ever eBay sale. And I sold it, and I made I want to say $300 profit off the jersey. And I thought to myself, wow, that's cool. I just sold an autographed hockey jersey, and I made $300. If someone making $20 an hour, they'd have to work 15 hours. I just made it in 5 minutes to post a hockey jersey, and voila, I got it. So I was intrigued, and now I have more than doubles. I have more than triples. There's some things I have 500 of because I'm a salesman and I create product lines. But for my personal collection, I only deal for my personal stuff and really rare high-end stuff.
Well, there probably isn't duplicates.
Some of it, there are no duplicates. And if I do get a duplicate of the autograph, I use it to create something different, a different painting to go with the autograph or something of that nature. So it's just like in anything. I mean, like Billy may have duplicates of certain snakes because he's breeding them to create more, but of his high end stuff, he knows in his data bank in his mind, what he has and what his favorites are, and pretty easy to keep track of when you're passionate and proud of your collection, and which I am.
That's awesome.
You like that answer?
It is pretty good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. What is, I'll just ask this too. What is something that you want to acquire or you wish you could obtain of is there something that's out there that you've seen that's like, fuck, I want to have that. That'd be fucking awesome in my office.
Well, the George Vezina, that's the last thing that I had. I saw it up for auction before, and I won't tell you the numbers that it sold for, but it was out of my league. I guess it would be like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago it was for sale. The same autograph that I have right there. It was actually, this autograph is from a hockey card that was created. Like the autograph was on a document. A very wealthy collector purchased the document and cut the signature out and had a professional card made of it. And then I purchased the card and actually took this autograph out to create the signed jersey. Now, when I saw this autograph for sale a couple of years ago, I was bidding on it, and then all of a sudden it just went through the roof, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't. And then it recirculated and came back up for auction. I don't think it was this year. Was it this year? No, it was it was before Christmas. That's right, because I wanted it for Christmas and I didn't get it. I got it just after Christmas delivered. Excuse me. But I was bidding on it, and then again, it was started kind of getting out of my reach. But I was stubborn, and it was funny. I was bidding on it while I was doing one of my own live shows. So I'm bidding and telling people, guys, I didn't tell them what I was bidding on. I just let them know, like, I'm in the process of buying something that is next level.
You did this while you were doing a live.
While I was doing a live show, yeah. And so I'm bidding on it, doing my show, bidding on it, doing my show, and then I'd get outbid, and I'd be like, fuck, and, and then people are like, are you outbid? I'm like, yes. And they're like, are you going to bid again? I'm like, yes. And then my show came to an end, and like, did you win it? I said, oh, no, this auction's going to go till like 2 or 3 in the morning, which it did. And then I ended up winning it, which means in turn I sort of lost because the price was ridiculous. But victory was mine, and now I've got it. So it's nice to have something that no one else can have. To answer the question, what's something else that I would want to have? Oh, you know what? I want some crazy shit. Since you asked, like I want.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, crazy shit.
No, I'm ready to sign it.
Are you? That's batshit crazy. What's actually no, that just made me think of something else. You're gonna think I'm really sick and twisted.
Probably.
Okay, so there's autographs that I'd like to collect that are next level, like the Vezina, but in different genres. Would be like Beethoven.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's like a $50,000 or $60,000 autograph, right there. Beethoven. I've seen one. There's more than one, but I've seen one. Couldn't afford it. Didn't buy it. But Beethoven, Abraham Lincoln. That's more like a, if you find the right auction, maybe get it for 10 grand or 12 grand. Abraham Lincoln. I want one just to have one. George Washington. But then I found this crazy fucking site. And guys, now I'm going to turn your viewers off and be like, that guy's fucking sick. But it's macabre. It's like serial killer shit. Not like, it is serial killer shit. There's an actual website that sells autographs and rarities. Yeah, you're shaking your, I know. And I don't have, for me, it's more about the history of it and the fact that, are you kidding me? That happened. So to have something like, I watch Netflix, man. You see the Night Stalker one?
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking crazy. You can buy a Night Stalker autograph. You can buy, a Richard Ramirez. Now, his is actually cheap. Like, it was like $400 or $500, I think. I almost bought it right after the documentary just so I can have that. I'll never forget. So let me backtrack a bit, guys. Don't think I saw Netflix and all of a sudden I was all fucked up and had to get one. Back when when our stores were side by side, right?
Yep.
I had a guy show up and he goes, I got an autograph that's going to blow your mind. I said, sure, show up. He shows up. He had 2 of them. Charles Manson.
Yeah.
They were Polaroids right from prison. So it was taken in prison because it's in prison. And he had signed them. Now, he can't do those. Well, he's dead now. He died, right? Yeah, I think Charles Manson is dead.
I'm not sure.
Actually, I think he is. Anyways, doesn't matter if he is or not. Even while he was alive, they stopped allowing him to do that because there's a business for it, right? But this guy actually got 2 of them. Like, fuck. I said, I want one. Like, just having it in my hand, I was like, I'm not a Charles Manson fan. Quite the opposite. Like, I don't, like, it's not good. It's horrible, tragic, horrible shit. But until you're holding it in your hand, you can't even believe you're holding it in your hand. And he wouldn't sell them to me. I offered him $5 grand for one. He said, nope. And that sort of got my mind on the wavelength of like, it's like a piece of history. It's like having something that's good or bad. You have a piece of history.
And something like that, hopefully, doesn't happen all the time where it's like, oh, yeah, I got one of those serial killer stuff.
No.
It happens 3 times
You
a
know
day.
who collects that shit? Jonathan Davis, lead singer of Korn. Like he's actually got an entire, the way I collect high-end autographs, he collects that type of stuff. Like he would love to have he probably does have a Richard Ramirez autograph and a Ted Bundy and all that shit. But I've looked up the website. I've studied them and I've come close. I have yet to buy one, but it's not on my, I should say, wish list, but it's something that intrigued me just to, you watch a Netflix documentary and you're thinking, oh my goodness, so to have it's like almost like an autograph from the devil himself, which is kind of twisted, but it kind of is. It's as evil gets.
Yeah.
So anyways, are people like, oh my God, he's retarded? He's a sick, twisted bastard?
Not yet, but Charles, it says,
Charles Manson died. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I thought he did.
Yeah, Charles Manson died. But no, I mean, it is thing. I mean, if you're collecting autographs, that is something, I mean, we're going after new genes and we're collecting stuff. And now I'm into tarantulas. I want to get rare stuff. I mean, in your field, I mean, that's fucking rare. And it's totally opposite of, it's out of your norm. Like me with tarantulas now.
Yeah.
It's way out of my norm. Like I'm still I'm terrified. I'm just, I'm taking my time, but 49 years, I've been terrified of them.
Yeah.
And I finally touched one a couple of years ago. Now I'm collecting them.
Yeah.
So I sort of understand where it's like, what am I doing? But I find this craziness.
See, you're going, it's actually, you use the word opposite. Yours is opposite of me because you're going into untraveled territory and creating something that doesn't exist until you create it. So you're creating the rarity. What I'm doing is
finding it.
Capturing past. So it's already happened, and I just it's like it's opposite spectrums. It's rare. The only similarity is that they're rare, but you're actually going into uncharted territory and creating something new. I'm trying to find something old that's hard to find and prove that it's real and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
It would be cool. Like back in when I was a kid, like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, sure. Well, his signature's out there. I've actually almost purchased one. Who else was there? Like certain
Abbott and Costello.
Oh, of course, those were out there.
The Three
I'm trying to think of Charles Dickens literature.
Oh yeah, literature.
Like I'm always in on auctions, and for me, like I like doing my artist who I work with. His name's Aaron White. I have him paint jerseys. I'll show you one in a little bit. I brought one painted jersey.
Cool.
But I also have him do canvases. So he'll paint a canvas, and then I'll have it professionally framed with an autograph below it, suede matting, all beautiful, and create this one-of-a-kind artwork with a rare autograph. So for me, like the Charlie Chaplin, you can create a cool painting with that, or a Charles Dickens, maybe recreate a cover of one of his famous books or something like that. Yeah. Can't wait for the first autograph stickers. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
There it is.
How old is Billy? Charlie Chaplin? No, because when I was a kid, I'm turning 51 next year, bro. Ooh. But Charlie Chaplin, Chaplin. I watched on Sundays. You know what I mean? There was always that, Abbott and Costello, Three Stooges. They'd always have, Charlie Chaplin. But Johnny Utah.
Is it? Mark David Chapman. He killed John Lennon. So Chapman. See, there's a Chapman right there. But I wouldn't want a Mark David. I think it's Mark David Chapman's his name.
Yogi Berra and Whitey Ford.
Yogi and Whitey. Those are two classic Yankees. Oh, you must be a Yankee fan then, Matt. Wait till you see the stuff I show you in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so before we show you that, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is pretty cool. It's different. My pops is 80, and he used to watch Abbott and Costello. Yeah, man, I fucking loved them. And Three Stooges, they were awesome.
My grandpa, Opie's for German.
German,
grandpa, yeah. He was diehard for the Three Stooges. Like he would like knee slap and laugh, and I'd be looking at it as a kid who's 7 years old, going like, I don't get it. But he loved the Stooges.
Okay, we got this little episode that we do, and here it is, guys.
It's time for shoutouts of the week.
Getting all caught up in the past and things.
This is fun.
Yeah. So, achievements of the week, 500 on Instagram. Okay, so everybody has to actually hear, all of us. You know me, Austin and Lord of Lion. All Wess's info, all the links to anything that he's up to is in the description below, and all that I'll be saying now, all their links, and that'll be in the description below also. 500 followers on Instagram, Aurora Exotics. So congratulations, Aurora. Aurora Exotics, 500. Double that at 1,000. We got a few. Flat Mountain Pythons, Evolution Revolution, BP, Bishop's Ball Pythons, and my man, Zach from Nava Reptiles, 1K. Congrats. Double that at 2K. We have Radioactive Pythons, Daddy-Daughter Reptiles, Tutu Morphs, and Jacob from Sybil Serpents. 3,000. We have Upscale Exotics. 5,000. We've got RIP City Reptiles. So RIP City Reptiles, 5K. And then we double that. Canadian, awesome guy, Reptile Edge, 10K. Sick. And then to YouTube, 2,500 on YouTube. Shane from Small Town Exotics and Precious from Precious Pythons. Congratulations, both of you. And 5K from Mr. Waterbreak, King Austin. Hit 5,000 subscribers. Oh, not subscribers. Yeah, subscribers. Followers on Instagram, subscribers on YouTube. 5K. Congratulations, bro. And then the Artist of the Week goes to Bird Mafia. That's a pretty cool name, man. Bird Mafia.
That's pretty bad.
Bird Mafia. Cut paper art design by Emily Brown. Creates stunning handmade wildlife-inspired art. She also has merch shop featuring her artwork. Cool. I'm going to check that out, too. Bird Mafia. Man, that's pretty cool.
Actually, I like it.
Bird Mafia.
That's gangster.
Snake Mafia. I'm going to take that.
Hey,
man.
can I give a shout out to somebody?
You sure
If
can.
you look up on the screen, somebody said great show. Can you see that name?
Oh, Justin.
That's my boy. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Justin.
That's my son.
Yeah, I've been seeing pictures of him. He's huge now. I remember when I saw him before. It was just, now he's...
Now he's huge. He's actually better looking than me. And I was, honestly, I was a
That's
really...
not hard.
No, buddy. I was a good-looking teenager, man. I was a heartthrob. This guy makes me look like a hideous chud. He is one good-looking young man.
Yeah, I got to get out to the house and I got to get up there and see him.
Absolutely, you should.
There's a few youngins I've never even met yet.
Absolutely, you should. Well, you're going to help me get my stuff
yeah,
dialed in. Like, this
definitely.
is phenomenal setup. So proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool, too.
It's very cool.
But, yeah, man, congratulations. And I'm glad everyone's doing that. And I'm sure I'll have everyone here, when they double what they're doing or hit another milestone. Keep doing what you're doing, moving forward, keep pushing ahead. It sometimes it comes fast, sometimes it slows down, but you keep moving forward, keep grinding. I remember when, 2.5 years ago, I was at like 1,700 followers or subscribers on YouTube, and Lord Elion came on the team. He's like, "No, we can get you up, we can get you moving." I'm like, "Man, now I'm at 50,000."
That's fantastic.
And it's just like, wow, man, the team, we all came together and just keep grinding. And, I got to put some more content out. We've been slacking a little if you follow us on YouTube. But Patreon's been, kicking, doing a lot of stuff there. But we do have a lot of stuff coming back to YouTube. So, appreciate all the love and support and keep going. So, what else is everybody saying in the chats? And,
Looks like a great community, man. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely awesome.
Yeah.
And, it's usually the same people supporting each other and other people going back and forth. There's podcasts and a lot of lives on Instagram that people are following. And it's pretty cool. It's definitely something I'm proud to be a part of. And I'm glad that, I can help inspire people and do what I do. And I'm just being me.
All right, let's get serious, folks. Share this video. So he wants to bring me back. Let's set some records here on Mutation Creation Podcast, where he's begging me to come back and tell more stories. If you're enjoying yourself.
So let's see some goodies or another story.
All right.
What else can we talk about? What else?
You tell me.
I don't know.
What do you want to hear?
Shit.
Rock and roll road trip?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, hey, Paul's in the house. Seraphim, Serpents. Hey, y'all. sorry I'm late. Had a job interview. What did I miss? You missed a lot, but you can rewatch it, man. You can go back, hit rewind. But yeah, one thing is Wes has already mentioned it. He loves his rock and roll. I've actually, so I don't think it was my first. My first UFC ever was Front Row because of this man. And I've been to a few others that I've had like 7th row and, I think it was 15th on the aisle. Mm-hmm. So I was sitting right by, looking to my left, and I could see the curtain where the security guard is. And when the fighter comes out, getting all ready and warming up before their song comes on, I just look right down, and they're basically like, if I leaned over and left, lunged my arm out, I could hit the top of their head. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty cool. So, and Bruce Buffer would go every time he had to leave to go to the bathroom or go wherever he did in the back. He'd walk by. I'm like, "Hey, Bruce!" And Bruce would sit there and chat with the fans a little. And
nice.
So it was a pretty cool time. I've been to a Beastie Boys. We did the Beastie Boys Front Row.
That was cool.
That was fucking really cool.
Yeah. Do you remember Mixmaster Mike gave me a fist bump? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Picture it, folks. Mixmaster Mike doing like a guitar does a solo. He's doing a solo spin, scratch. He's just doing his thing. And then just as it finishes, he stops and he stands there and does the B-boy pose. And he's right in front of me, so I'm like, fucking right. And I went up, gave him a little fist bump. He came over to me, gave me a fist bump. That was pretty fucking cool. Me and Mixmaster Mike. It was a moment that he'll never remember, and I celebrate still to this day.
But here's cool. You actually called me up. It's like, hey, man, I met a good friend, and I hung out with him, and he wants us to go to a concert, and I want you to come with me.
Oh,
and I'm like, what? Have you ever heard of the band USS? And I'm like, no. And he's like, yeah, man. And at the time, they were all over the radio.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, man, I've never heard of it. He's like, dude, trust me, you've heard of it. It's on the radio. And I'm like, don't think so. He gave me, I guess, 3 or 4 songs, and I Googled them, and I started playing them. I'm like, oh, fuck, I love this song. Oh, I love this song.
They got some great songs, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. So we pretty much went on tour with them.
Kind of, yeah. We got to go in the back.
Hang out with them in their actual, I guess.
Green room, if you will.
Yeah, behind the scenes, chilling with them before the song, before they go out on stage. And it was really cool. I remember one time, who's the one guy that you were really close with, the ping pong guy?
Ash.
Yeah. I remember me and you were standing up at the crowd at the very back, just sort of seeing like how everything was cool.
Yeah.
And then Ash is all disguised with like a ball cap and a hoodie with the glasses on.
Yeah.
And he comes beside and says, hey, man, fuck, it's going to be a pretty good show, eh? And I look at him like, what the fuck are you doing here, Ash? Like, he left you in the green room or in backstage. And he's like, he likes to go out in prior just to get the feeling of the crowd. I mean, just really, really cool. But it was funny. I'm like, fuck, Ash is here. He's like, fuck off. And I'm like, look. And it's like, remember that?
Yeah.
That was just freaky.
Yeah.
So
he's a cool dude.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
But then, we went to like 3 or 4 concerts in a row. Well, you did a lot more.
Yeah, I big USS fan. If you guys don't know USS, I might be butchering the name of the band, but it's like Ubiquitous Synergy Seekers. Synergy Seekers. Ubiquitous Synergy Seekers. USS.
Yeah.
And they've got some amazing songs, man. Yin Yang, Anti Venom, just a great Canadian
Pretty
band.
Good, yeah.
And good guys too. And I actually became friends with both guys, Jay and Ash. Jay's the DJ, Ash is the singer. And but yeah, I gave him. It was right out. That's why I remember. It was 2014 when Canada won the Olympic gold. I took you to one of the concerts and I gave him the
Carey Price.
The Carey Price signed jerseys. And it was Jay who actually wore it on stage.
On stage, yeah. Gave us a shout out.
That was cool. And it was like the night after or 2 nights later or something after. I think it was like the next night maybe.
It was the next night.
Yeah, after Canada wins gold, here's Jay on stage with a signed Carey Price jersey that I gave him. And he gave me a shout out actually. He's like, Wess, Perisa in the house. And I'm like, holy fuck, this
it was
cool.
fucking awesome. And he walked out and they sang Oh Canada too.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Oh Canada, and he's wearing the Canadians jersey.
Yeah, crowd went crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
It was cool.
I got a lot of that on video too.
Oh, buddy.
With my phone.
Yeah. Amy says Billy and Wess seem like they'd be troubled together. The good kind of trouble.
Yeah.
Is Amy a breeder? Does she have snakes and stuff too, or?
Her husband does.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure she's.
Is everybody for the most part on here some form or another
Reptile, snake enthusiast, lover, owner, breeder.
Love it.
Love it. And then there's a man. I don't know if he's here. What do I mean if I don't know if he's here? Of course he's here. I haven't seen him. Oh, there he is, Elliot Perez. So see Elliot Perez up near the top.
Okay. Yeah.
So this guy's amazing.
Any parking lot brawls? Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
But, yes.
Yeah.
You mean just watching them or me in them? What are we asking here?
So Elliot Perez, the guy that's asking that question.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't own a snake.
Okay.
Okay. I don't even think he owns any reptile.
Okay.
But that motherfucker is the biggest supporter of all of us.
That's awesome.
He's on here.
Passion.
He's
Love
probably on another one right now too.
Yeah.
He'll be on another one tomorrow and another one. People's lives, commenting, sharing, positivity.
Love it.
Fucking amazing guy.
Yeah.
Just here supporting us. He doesn't even own a snake.
Wow. That's
I know
cool.
he may one day. You never know, but hell of a fucking guy. So I don't want to say everybody here is a snake enthusiast, or owns one or something, but he's definitely a supporter and loves what we do, and he's definitely out helping people, and I got to give him a shout out, man, and it definitely deserves it. And
That's cool.
He's sick, man.
Yeah, B&H Reptiles just said Elliot, #1 hype dude around. That's cool.
100%, man. And he is amazing. I mean, I can't say anything else, and I just wanted to, give him a shout out like I think we've done every week.
Yes, hold on. Beef Smorfs. They know ubiquitous synergy seekers. He said, hell yes. Good stuff. Great band. Look them up. Show them some love. You know what? The truth is, if you're Canadian, first of all, I know not everybody here is, but if you're Canadian, you might not know the name of the band, USS, but when you hear their songs, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Not only do you know the songs, you fucking sing them. You know them, know them.
Yeah. That's the funny thing is, because when he's like, I'll be in the car jamming and just to a song, I don't even know the name of the band. And when he sent them to me, I started listening to it. I'm like, holy fuck, I know this. Oh yeah. And I was like, wow. And I remember even going, I think it was Cambridge, went to the Cambridge one first. And we were hanging out. He came out. We were sitting there inside the bar before the show.
Yeah.
Chilling, and he signed a whole bunch of coasters, and I still got a bunch of autographs from him.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's
of course,
cool.
man.
Nice.
But just super cool, and to hang out with him behind the stage, and
great guys.
On a personal level, it was fucking cool.
Great band. I actually broke into, I think it was
the bank.
No, Jay's house. The DJs. With Ash, we were at a soccer game, TFC, and Ash is like, hey, can you do me a favor after the show? I said, sure. He's like, drive me over to I think it was Jay's house. I'm pretty sure it was Jay's apartment or something. And we went there, and it's locked, and he's like, I got to break in. I'm like, let's fucking do it. So we broke a window, got in, took a TV. But it was literally his TV-ish. But, good story.
What?
Yeah, that happened. True story.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You're welcome, Ash. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the, there's so many. So when me and Wess, I went my own way. He went his own, like doing, his autographs. I moved up north. I started doing, I had a couple businesses after the ones we had together. Yeah. We still saw each other once in a while for odd things, but it wasn't like, when we had businesses we saw each other every fucking day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was like, I got to get out of here because I see him every fucking day. Like, we got to move. No.
I like him, but I'm starting not to.
I can only take so much of this fucking guy. He always went to concerts. Was a concert fucking fanatic. And when I say fanatic, some of the stories, they're not stories, they're just events that he's done. I'm going to go off Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
You flew to, where did you fly to?
London, England.
Yep.
Okay. So the back story on that one is there's actually a couple stories that ties into Dana White, if you can believe that.
Cool, bring it.
Okay. So my Led Zeppelin story is this. When I turned 30, which was so long ago because I'm a really old man. I'm not as old as this man, but I'm old. I'll be 44 this year. I feel like it's shocking. You said 51?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, it's all right.
Anyways, so when I turned 30, I'd already been attending a lot of concerts, and I love them. I love getting out and just having I'm not a guy that takes a lot of photographs at them. I like to live in the moment, be there. When I turned 30, it exploded, and I was just seeing a concert every week, and sometimes 2 or 3 a week, and remind me to tell them about the 8 and 9 nights later as well.
Oh, for sure.
That one was crazy.
8 concerts, 9 days.
It was ridiculous. But the Led Zeppelin one, I'd gone to see a whole bunch of shows this year, just tons. And my partner at the time was like, hey, Rockstar, I got one you're going to want to see. I'm like, what's that? He said, Led Zeppelin. I said, bullshit. He said, no, they're going to have an announcement. They're going to come out and do one show only. I said,
And who is this?
that was Dave, my former partner.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, they're going to do a press conference and they're going to announce one show. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I didn't believe him. Like, it's like Mario Lemieux coming out of retirement when he did. I didn't believe it until I saw it. So I was like, get the fuck out. Led Zeppelin, come on, not going to happen. Well, he then tells me, he goes, yeah, the rumor is it's going to be in Australia. And at the time, I hadn't been doing the flight. So I'm like, I don't want to fucking, I'm a driver. I don't like heights. Believe it or not, I didn't want to fly. So I'm like, Australia? I'm like, fuck, can you take a boat there? Like, I really asked legitimately, can you take a boat to Australia? And he's like, no, dude, you got to fucking fly. So they make the press conference, and it's not going to be Australia. It's going to be London, England. I'm like, okay, fuck. Like, I guess I'm going to have to fly. So, first of all, tickets were snagged up. How they did it, because they knew it was only one show. It's going to be crazy. They did a lottery where, like, I think it was like 10 million people or 20 million people or something ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
All applied to try just to have the chance to buy tickets. And they granted, I think it was like passes to like 25,000 people. You got a passcode out of the 20 million. 25,000 of them got a passcode to purchase 2 tickets. And to eliminate scalping, what they did was they had it set up so that you can only buy the tickets online with the code, but you can't get the tickets until the day before of the event or the day after. So I ended up buying the scalper code off somebody, not knowing if it's even legit. Purchased the tickets, still hoping it's legit and everything's okay. And then I flew my first ever flight. Actually, it wasn't to London. I went to Amsterdam first. That's a whole other fucking can of worms. Okay. Yeah. Just use your imagination. Amster goddamn.
There's red lights there.
Oh, my God. I went there. Checked it out. I did.
I've been there.
Oh, buddy.
Been there, done that.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, very, very unique place. But anyways, so yeah, I ended up getting the tickets, and I ended up seeing Led Zeppelin. And it's funny, I actually borderline teared up during Stairway to Heaven, and not because it's Stairway to Heaven and this and that. I swear, I thought of my dad. I was sitting there, I was literally front row on the balcony, and Stairway to Heaven kicks on, and I literally got teary because I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, my dad would give anything to be here, and I'm fucking here. And it just made me feel emotional and, like, accomplished. The fact that I pulled this off. Like, first of all, got on a plane, which I never wanted to do. This guy's fucking playing with a plane.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Because we have a jet fund.
We're trying to buy one.
Oh, really? Holy
trying to-
shit.
So if you
We're
guys
trying to
want
buy
to
a
go
jet.
and give us some more super chats and donate to the jet fund, you guys already know we have enough for that one armrest, and we're trying to get it in red leather. So if you guys want to donate a little bit more, just help us out, man.
I would actually get on your plane, and I do not like to fly, but I would get on that plane. Make it happen, folks.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if we do that, we challenge you to a fucking...
A UFC
But
fight.
you know what's funny? I actually want to become a pilot. Like, I actually want to get my pilot license.
Okay, but that's cool.
I
That's
got a
all.
friend who's a pilot. Like I do. So it's
That's all
doable.
good and
Anybody
all.
can. You can.
We challenge him to a
Toss cup. So
Yeah.
we have like this trick shot cup.
trick shot. Yeah,
Okay.
we have a trick shot challenge. Well, he does. He makes it up.
What? I
Pretty
thought it was
cool.
gonna be a UFC fight.
I was gonna say who wants to scrap. I'm
Elliot's
okay.
gonna fight you.
Go ahead.
I'm
You want to
good.
volunteer, bitch? Go ahead.
I'll give you the worst 2 minutes of your life.
Oh man. Better start.
Wait, hold on.
Cardio.
What's the? Me too. So I said 2 minutes.
Oh shit!
I might have been generous. A minute and a half. What's the trick shot? I don't understand. Like just a
Oh.
regular.
Yeah.
I'll
So
show you- I'll
basically,
show you one.
so yeah, he does these things while he's supposed to be working, and without working and playing for hours,
Not
he
hours.
tries. And sometimes they're hours.
I think the longest set one ever was like 40 minutes.
Okay. But he takes deli cups and he throws them like up against fans or bounces them off. Like, watch.
Oh come on! It's gonna land in there. Get the fuck out of here! Oh my gosh!
Oh, there's tons. You used to see.
there's
There's
a
one
lot.
that I did with a pop bottle.
That was his second try, by the way.
No,
No, I don't know how many tries. This one's like backwards.
with the fan, with the water. I mean, with the air.
I might have the one that Billy's talking about.
Sorry, guys. We're just showing Austin's trick shots.
Wow. Oh, so the Led Zeppelin. Sorry, let me get the Dana White thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So my introduction to Dana White, I bumped into him before the UFC in Cincinnati, this UFC 77 one. He was in the lobby of the hotel. I'm getting ready to go to the fights. There he is. I'm like, holy shit, it's Dana. And everyone's clamoring to him to get a photo and a picture and shit like that. So I'm letting everybody do their thing. Even my entourage, they're doing their, oh my God, it's Dana White, getting their pictures, getting their photos. He's finishing up, kind of doing his rounds. And then he looks at me and I'm like, hey, and I said, can I talk to you for a minute? He's like, sure. And I pull him aside because I don't want to do it in front of him. And I said, hey, man. And I said, I got my own company. I do sports marketing. And I said, it's $1 billion business. And I said, you guys are missing the boat on it. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, it's $1 billion industry and you guys ain't getting a piece of that. And he said, well, you going to the fights tonight? I said, yeah. He said, what section? I told him. And he goes, what row? I said, front row. And he goes, come on. I said, yeah. And I said, and he goes, okay, are you? And he goes, like cage side front row? And I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to send somebody to meet with you. I said, okay. Fast forward, I'm at the event. Some girl comes up to me and gives me a phone number to call some guy at the UFC. And I took it and never called. I'm like, fuck that. So UFC 78, you can look this up. It's in New Jersey. It's the main event was Bisping versus Rashad Evans. So I tell myself, I'm not going to call this fucking guy who's not doing his job for Dana properly and tell him how to do it. So I bought front row seats to the New Jersey one with the sole purpose of bumping into Dana again. Because I want to talk to Dana, not one of his marketing guys, right? I want to be Dana's marketing guy. So I got the tickets, and the night before I went to Carolyn's Comedy Club in Times Square with Tyler. Tyler lived the fucking guys.
Yeah, I know. I get jealous of fucking.
Holy shit, the things I did for this kid, man. Motherfucker. Like, this kid got the hookups. Wow. Like, I was a good boss, like, and then some. He lived La Vida Loca on my coattails. So we're at Carolyn's Comedy Club. No idea about Dana White that night. The whole purpose is to bump into Dana at the event, right? Well, who walks into Carolyn's Comedy Club? Dana White. He was with Dan Henderson and a couple other people. And I see him, I'm like, holy shit, Tyler, there's Dana right there. And he's like, oh my God, yeah. So I get up, go to the bar, I walk by Dana. He looks at me. Now, I had seen him at UFC 77, which was like maybe a month before-ish. This is back when they didn't have them quite as frequent, maybe once a month, something like that. And he looked right at me, and I looked at him, and we nodded. There was an acknowledgement, and that was it. Carried on, got my drinks, went back, and Tyler's like, did you talk to him? I said, no. And I said, but he knows I'm here. He's like, how does he know you're here? And I was like, we looked at each other. There was a moment. There was a nod. He's like, why didn't you say anything? I said, it wasn't the right time. So this is actually for a Joe Rogan stand-up set is why I was there. So when it comes time to get seated in the actual comedy stage area, they called in Dana's table first because he's obviously Dana. And I was lucky enough to be the second VIP, so they called me and Tyler in and whoever else was with us. And I'm walking in, Dana's already seated, and I'm walking by him, and I look down at him, he looks up at me, and he's like, hey, and he kind of points. And I said, what's up, Dana? And he kind of gave me a little look like, remind me who you are. And I said, Cincinnati last month, or whatever it was. And he was like, yeah, you're the autograph guy. I said, that's right. And he said, yeah, did you call so-and-so? I said, did you call Bob? I said, no. And he was like, why not? And I said, Dana, I said, why am I going to tell Bob how to do his job properly so you thank him and not me? And he literally looked at me like, what the fuck? And I said, think about it, Dana. And he's like, well, sit down for a second. You could tell he was like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, he had a shocked look on his face, right? So he's like, sit down for a second, sit down. So I sit down at Dana's table. And he said, so what exactly are you talking about? I said, Dana, I'm talking about, like, making you guys money and lots of it. And I said, you guys are in a special position. And the long and short of it is this. I didn't get into that big details that night. But if you could picture this, a multi-billion-dollar industry is the memorabilia industry, right? Now, you look at hockey, baseball, football, basketball, right? Jordan's with Upper Deck. This guy's over here. That guy's over there. Everyone's doing their own thing. Teams do their own thing. There's so much shit getting spread out. And at that moment in time, the UFC had everybody. So they've got GSP. They've got Randy Couture, Anderson Silva. They all work for the UFC. So it's like, could you imagine if the NFL, they had Tom Brady signing autographs just for the NFL? And Peyton Manning, and you know what I mean? They literally, yeah.
Billions.
Buddy,
they probably make more than what they're doing now.
You know what? It's insane.
It's
insane. Mm-hmm. And the UFC was at a crossroads without even realizing it. They had that power and control, which is, it's unprecedented in any sport. That's a fucking leading sport, right? They have since lost that. Like, they missed the boat. They really did. But anyway, so I'm talking with Dana just for a few minutes, and he's liking what I'm saying, and he's like, you know what? Fly out to Vegas next week. Come see me. Let's do a sit down. I'm like, absolutely. And in my brain, I was thinking, oh, fuck, I can't afford that. Like, I just spent X amount on these tickets just to make this happen. And I'm saying yes and nodding, sure, I'll be there. Like I'm some jet set millionaire at the time, but I'm not. I'm like, oh, fuck. But I'll pull it off, but it's not good timing now because of what I just spent on this. And then he stops, and I'll never forget it because it was at the time when, you might remember this, when he was at odds with Randy Couture because Couture wanted to fight Fedor because Fedor was the champ in Pride, and Couture really wanted to fight him, and UFC didn't have Fedor, so Couture was trying to get out of his contract.
To go to Pride.
Not to go to Pride. He wanted to just set up a fight in the U.S. Like they ended up maybe with Affliction. Do you remember the clothing Affliction? Yeah. Well, they were trying to start their own fight organization. But anyway, he was dealing with some serious shit. It'd be like whoever has Gretzky fighting with, or whoever has LeBron James. L.A. Lakers are at odds with LeBron James. That's not a good thing to be at odds with your star player, right? So I said yes to the meeting, and then Dana says, wait a second, next week's no good. And I remembered because I knew what was going down. I'm like, yeah, I know you got some stuff you got to deal with. And he kind of gave me a look like, oh, yeah, I sure do. And I'm like, yeah. So then he said, how about the following week? And I said yes again, and we carried on talking about something else. Then I had to go backtracking, and I was like, wait a second, that week's no good. I'm in London at the Zeppelin concert. Yeah. The look on Dana's face, like I was the coolest guy in the world. He literally was like, what the like, who are you? And I was like, I can't miss that show, buddy. And he was like, yeah, no shit. He goes, okay. And that's when he said, come down to Vegas for the New Year's show. And here's my secretary's number. You tell her you're the guy from Carolyn's Comedy Club. He goes, I meet so many people, but if you tell me that, I'll know who you are. And then I flew down to Vegas, and that's a whole other story. But it's funny how Led Zeppelin tied into Dana because it made me look like a fucking rock star. You know what I mean? To Dana White. Sorry, Dana, can't do it next week. I'm with Zeppelin in London. Think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like my cool points went way up.
We got another super chat. My man, ready? Rogue River Reptiles.
I met Jacoby Shaddix.
Jacoby.
Can't even read. Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach in San Francisco. Became good friends, and now he follows me on Instagram. You should all too. At Rogue River Reptiles.
Cool.
They got a couple good songs. This is my last resort.
Stick to autographs, bro.
Ah, fuck. You know that song. Shut up.
I know the song. I just don't fucking want to hear you sing it.
You thought you brought in a rock star. That's what you just thought.
Fuck no.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, it's the Led Zeppelin concert. Fucking.
It was cool, man.
Insane.
Yeah.
8 concerts, 9 nights. Take it away.
Okay.
Some of the parts.
Oh, man.
Okay,
I'll leave some out.
Yes,
this trip was a little too rock starish. I was younger, a little more carefree. So I won a charity auction to meet Linkin Park, and I had front row seats. It's where was I? It was actually a fucking really cool venue in Long Island. I wish I could look it up. It was so fucking cool. If you ever get a chance, it's some outdoor
pavilion, amphitheater.
It's an amphitheater. Jones Beach. You can Google that shit. Jones Beach, New York. If you ever get a chance, if you're in the New York area and there's a concert playing at Jones Beach, you're on the water. The setting is you ever seen Simpsons where they have, I think it's the opening of the movie where Green Day's playing at the opening of the Simpsons movie. Have you guys seen the Simpsons movie, the cartoon?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, Green Day, it's like they're on a floating. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You're on water.
Oh shit.
It's a really cool fucking setup. Outdoors, it's awesome. So I won a charity auction to meet the band and had front row tickets to the show, which is cool. But it was all the way in New York, so I'm going to be driving down. It's like a 9-hour drive. I still don't like to fly, so I'm going to do the drive instead. So I thought, there's got to be something else down there that's a little bit more to enhance the trip. So I looked the night before at the exact same venue. It was an 80s rock night. Def Leppard was the headliner, but there was like other REO Speedwagon, and I think Gowan was there. Like just hair bands from the 80s. So it was fun. But anyways, I'm already there anyway, so I'm going to check it out, right? So now I've got 2 tickets or 2 shows to see Linkin Park and Def Leppard, right? I wanted to look and see if there's anything else. Like, maybe I'll expand this a bit. So I actually went to the week before, and I found Korn playing with Evanescence in New Jersey, which is close to New York, but it's a week ahead. But I'm like, let's consider that. I didn't do it right away, but now Korn's on the radar, which is a Wednesday, the Wednesday before, a full week before. And then I keep expanding the search, and it literally grew from Korn starting the trip on Wednesday night Thursday, Black Crowes was a great rock and roll band. They were playing in an outdoor venue in Central Park, like a small 5,000 seat venue, tops 5,000, right in Central Park. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that too. And then Beastie Boys in Manhattan on a fucking Friday night.
Sick.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hammerstein Ballroom. Look it up, boys. Hammerstein Ballroom, a classy venue. Fucking Beastie Boys fucked that place up that night. When I was actually on the, what do they call it? Like the mezzanine. And what I saw below me during Sabotage was it was horrific and beautiful at the same time. Bodies flying, and it was fucking intense. And it was, they actually called it Dress to Impress event. So you were supposed to wear like tuxedos and shit like that. And we got dressed up. Everyone was dressed up. So there's people in tuxedos fucking moshing, and it was fucking insanity. Anyway, so Friday night, Beastie Boys in Manhattan.
This is where it gets good.
This is where it gets different. So Saturday, I couldn't find anything. Sunday was an off day because I'm going to travel from New York to Boston. Then on Monday night, it was Incubus. I scored tickets to. And it was Perry Farrell, which was essentially Jane's Addiction, because he played all Jane's Addiction music. So Jane's Addiction and Incubus on a Monday night. And then we travel back from Boston for Tuesday night, Def Leppard. Then the Wednesday, Linkin Park. And then on the way home, Darien Lake, I caught Alice in Chains and Velvet Revolver. So it's a pure rock fest. It's just Korn, Linkin Park, Black Crowes, Beastie Boys, which isn't rock, but some of it is. It's a fucking hardcore trip, right? But there's nothing for Saturday and Sunday. There's nothing intentionally because it's a decent drive from New York to Boston, but nothing Saturday. And I checked Philadelphia, Boston, New York, New Jersey, the entire Eastern Seaboard, nothing. Again, back to Tyler, the luckiest kid in the world. He's getting to go to all this shit with me. I tell him everything we're doing. Like he works for me. So I'm just telling him, oh, by the way, we're going a week early. We're going to see this, 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 and this. He's like, oh, that's great. Thanks, Wes. And then
Meanwhile, he's still updating your website and doing shit.
Yeah, he's still working for me. Yeah, doing my graphic design and shit. And but then I said, he actually asked me. He's like, well, what do we? Hey, wait a second. Wait, there's nothing on Saturday night. And I said, no, man, there's nothing. He goes, well, are you looking? I said, dude, I put this whole thing together. Like I looked, there's nothing. And I remember saying vividly, there's nothing on the Eastern Seaboard. I said, unless you want to see Beyonce or Justin Timberlake. And he chimed in instantly. He said, oh, Timberlake would be awesome. And I was like, fuck that. Not a fucking chance. Are you fucking kidding me? And this is the Bringing Sexy Back tour, right? So it's not me, man. It's not. I don't get it. I don't like it. It is what it is. So he's fucking like, dude, trust me. You got to do it. So I check, and a little bit of the fucking selling point was that the concert was at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, which is in between New York and Boston. And I'm going to Boston Sunday anyways, so I can watch that concert, Incubus, on the Monday. And also I want to go to that bar, Cheers. Everyone remember Cheers? Well, you guys won't. You will.
Of course.
Cheers in Boston. I had to go to the bar while I was there. So that was the Sunday plan anyways. So the selling point was, yeah, okay, it's at a casino. Casino is fun. It's halfway-ish between New York and Boston. Fuck it. We'll go to the Timberlake concert. And as embarrassing as it is to admit, and I'm going to throw it out there one more time, folks. Listen to the roster. Korn, Black Crowes, Beastie Boys, Incubus, Def Leppard, Linkin Park, Alice in Chains, and somehow Justin Timberlake was one of the better shows. I won't say the best, but it was one of the better shows. Like I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really cool. Oh,
I actually went to I was front row at Timberlake.
Yeah,
and I went like this.
You wanted to be there though.
Yeah, I did. I went there and I went like this, and he came up and he went like this, and a couple times, and I have it on my. I actually have it. The video. I actually have it up on Instagram. He actually came back and kept pointing to me.
Well, I went for a bathroom break.
Rihanna, same with Rihanna. I did front row with Rihanna, and she came down to do her tour around the thing, and she came back. I went like this, and she came up and slapped my hand, give me a high five.
She's trying to hurt you.
So, Timberlake and Rihanna, Rihanna, I've had high fives.
That's not mixed mastered, Mike, though.
No, it's not mixed.
It's actually pretty good though, Rihanna especially. But
the thing is, I can collaborate the story because that was
video.
Not with video. Actually, I might even have it on video.
Yeah.
I do have it on video.
You know what you can actually do, because I've done this myself, is you can Google YouTube the concerts, the date, the location, and then try and find yourself. If you're front row, you're going to see clips of yourself all kinds.
Yeah, but I have actually. Don't you remember me? I was like this the whole time. Like,
oh,
yeah, I was.
That sounds like.
see, I don't do that.
I know, but I actually. I bet you I have. I bet you I have the footage of you. Have him coming over and doing that to you.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'm going to find it because I know I have it all in my Dropbox.
Well, what I was going to say
Even
about
USS. You know how many of the concerts I have all of USS?
all of them?
All the ones the ones I went to. Not not all the ones yours, but I actually have it. The one in Barrie that we did.
Yeah.
I actually remember how we walked up the stairs because we had fucking passes. We could walk anywhere. I actually have it at different angles.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I got a lot of video.
Well, I was I was marinated. I was well marinated at the Timberlake concert, and I went for a bathroom break, and our VIP section, you actually, to get to the bathroom, you had to walk under the stage, and you could see all this stuff, but much grander, like the switchboards and lights and stuff like that. So I'm strolling under, and as I'm going under this one of the stage, and I'm literally right underneath it. Who's standing there? Timberlake, not Timberlake, Timbaland. Sorry, Timbaland.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, and it's not my style of music, but I know who he is. So I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I'm a presence. So he gave me the nod, and then he's like, "What's up, homie?" And I said, "What's up?" And he came in and gave me one of the half hugs. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, "Okay, cool," but I really wanted to get to where I was going. Yeah. So I gave him the half hug. And I'm like, "Cool." Kept going. Come back 5-10 minutes later, whatever it is, and I'll never forget. I sat down beside Tyler, and I'm like, "Hey, I just gave Timbaland a hug," and he was like, "Bullshit." And I was like, "I swear, I just gave Timbaland a hug, bro." And then I kid you not, the next song was Bringing Sexy Back, and who comes up from under the stage? Timbaland. I'm like, I told you. So again, validated. Like, how would I know he's there? You know what I mean? Like, I was just hugging the guy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the funny thing is, they're so down to earth. Like, when I met Ash, he was super cool. Hang out with us. And
He's a great dude.
Yeah.
That guy's great.
I mean, I haven't had, all the experience with all the celebs like you do. Or you have. I mean, even all the hockey's. How many hockey people have? I mean, I've been around a few. It's like you name it. You've pretty much done it. Especially some of the old school guys.
Well, the old school, yeah. It's weird who some of them I became friends with, like guys that are like 80 years old, and they enjoy my company, and I enjoy theirs, and some of them get my humor, and they've invited me to their homes, and you wouldn't. It's a weird fit. But I think I'm a pretty straight shooter, and I always did good business with people, so there's a comfort level. But, there'd be times, like that guy I was mentioning earlier, that agent, Jamie, great dude, JR. Like, I remember the first time I took him with me to Bellevaux's, it's a condo. It's right on St. Lawrence River. You can oversee the skyline of Montreal. And I had been there several times, and when we're leaving, he's like, holy shit, dude, Like to a lot of people, Jean Beliveau's like the Pope of hockey. Yeah, like he's like the Pope. You know what I mean? He really is. There's superstars, and then there's Jean Beliveau. You know what I mean? And like he's the superstar to superstars. Like the NHL superstars, like it's oh my goodness. Like they ask, hey Wes, can you get me an autograph from Jean Beliveau? Like I've been asked by NHL superstars when they find out who I'm, that I'm friends with. Sort of. I can say friend. You know what I once did? One of my favorite moments was one time my phone rings. And I'm going to give you my Jean Beliveau impersonation. Ready? Ring, ring. Hello? Hello, Wesley. Mr. Beliveau, how are you, sir? I am doing well. I thought I should call you and let you know that I am feeling better. It was right after he had one of his strokes, like one of the bad ones where he was in the hospital for a while.
Yep.
And he just called me to tell me he was okay because he didn't want me to worry.
That's fucking amazing.
It was. No business, no hey. Yeah, I remember I hung up the phone. I was like, holy shit. Like that had nothing to do with work. It was just a phone call from Jean Beliveau to let me know, don't worry, I'm alive. I just got out of the hospital. I'm going to be okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it. You wouldn't think, but same thing with Johnny Bauer, man. Old dude, but we were so, him and his wife, Nancy. Yeah. They were like, they were actually the cutest couple to work with. She would bust his balls. Oh my gosh! If I wanted to sign something with an inscription, Vezina, whatever year, and he wouldn't do it. Oh, Johnny, he wanted Vezina on that one. You did it again, and I miss him. He was the best.
Yeah, I was fortunate to do one on my own.
Do you remember his hands?
You can't. Those weren't hands. Those were like gloves.
Sausage fingers.
His hands.
His fingers are like two of mine. Jeez. This old man. It's like.
Yeah, and when you go to shake his hand, you can't even like it's like a. Oh
I've
my
never
God.
seen anything like it.
No, I've never. And the thing is, they were so massive, and each of his fingers, like he said,
Two.
you look at his hands, and you're like they were.
Are you okay? Like, it looks painful.
Yeah, it does. Like it no shit.
Yeah.
And it's cool because I actually have even the one with Stevie Y. We got to find that one. The picture of me, you, and Stevie.
I'm sure I have it somewhere.
Yeah, I know I have it somewhere, but I have one with Johnny Bauer.
Yeah.
Where the only tattoo I have is this armband here and one here. I have two tattoos. That was way before our tattoo shop.
Yeah.
So I have no tattoos except for the armband and one little thing here. That's it. It was crazy. That's how long ago that was. Like, fuck.
A lifetime ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember even before you, I did ones with, they weren't private signings, but I would go to people that had signings.
Yeah.
There was another guy that, I don't know what his name was, but he was into autographs, did a lot of stuff from his house. Forget his name, but I went and did, Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall, I did an autograph, with him.
I just did a big signing with him, actually.
Oh, yeah? I did Guy Lafleur,
Yeah.
so it was pretty cool.
I had Bobby sign 1,000 jersey numbers for me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I've got Bobby Hall jerseys for the next 20 years, which is a good thing to have.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it. I mean, that's the thing. When I reached out, I said, I have a buddy that does memorabilia and stuff like this. And definitely got to, come to a few and get some.
Well, things are going to start opening up at some point, I assume by the end of the year. And the guys will be more comfortable to do stuff where you can bring people and whatnot. This COVID shit, it's got people a little reserved, we'll call it.
George the Animal Steel. Wow, remember him?
I do.
Do you did you ever get into UFC? I'm not UFC. Sorry, the wrestling.
I got into it a little bit. Did you ever hear the Godfather story?
No.
Do you guys remember the Godfather?
Yeah.
From wrestling? Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
So I get a phone call one night, and I answer it, and it's this guy that I used to sort of know. And he says, hey, you home all night? I said, yeah. And he says, I'm bringing the Godfather over. I said, what? He says, I'm bringing the Godfather over. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'll be here all night. See you when I see you. And I remember hanging up the phone thinking, who the fuck does this guy think the Godfather is? Like, I thought it was maybe some gangster who...
That's his nickname?
Yeah, like the guy thinks he's real gangster. So I'm like, I don't give a shit. But show up with whoever you want to show up with. And I swear to you, that's what I thought. Like some bad boy's going to show up with some guy in a suit thinking he's all that.
Because we knew a few people like that.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people like that. You knew a lot of people. I knew a lot of people. So I'm thinking, okay, who the fuck does this guy consider the Godfather? Fuck, an hour or two later, whatever it was, there's a knock at my door, maybe around midnight or something like that-ish. I want to say midnight-ish. Knock at my door, and I actually forgot anyone was showing up, so I don't remember even, I didn't even think of it. Like, I didn't think, oh, it must be the Godfather. So I walked to my door, I opened it. Who's standing there? The Godfather. Hey, do you know who the Godfather was, too, before he was the Godfather?
No.
Do you remember Papa Shango?
No shit.
That's the Godfather. Same dude, man. Yeah.
Just different character.
Yeah, talk about a different character. Papa Shango, yeah. But anyways, yeah, Google Papa Shango.
Yeah, he's the guy that had all the fucking
skulls,
voodoo dolls.
Voodoo dolls, yeah.
And he had the thing with all the things hanging.
So I opened.
No shit,
Yeah,
that's him?
true story. Check it out, man.
Same guy? What the
Same
heck?
dude. Yeah, same dude.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Papa Shango with the skull face, and there's the Godfather, Hall of
Sounds
Famer.
like they have identical tattoos.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
that's
shit,
him.
it's the same
See,
person.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
no
that.
shit.
That's fucking
Hilarious.
crazy.
So, anyways, the dude on the right without the skull paint. That's who shows up in my house, and I'll never forget. I opened the door.
Did he come with like outfit or just like?
No, he just came out,
okay.
honestly, just do. But I actually remember he had like boots on, like big black boots. Like I noticed them when I looked down. But he just looks at me and goes, "What's up, homie?" And I looked up at him like, "Oh, fuck." And I'm like, "You are the Godfather." And he was like, "Yeah, man, what's up, homie?" I'm like, "Not much, man. Come on in." So he comes in. So does the guy that brought him. And long story short, he liked to smoke.
Jeez.
And that's why he was there.
Yeah.
And smoke we did. We smoked until maybe 4 or 5 in the morning-ish. And actually, I called one friend who's a fucking wrestling nut. Like, he's a fanatic for it. So I called him, At this point, it was maybe like 1 in the morning. He'd been at my house maybe for an hour or so, and I could tell he's going to stay.
Was that Mikey?
No, it was Travis.
Okay.
Yeah. So I called Travis. I'm like, dude, you're up? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, dude, jump in a taxi, get the fuck over to my house. And he was like, why? And I'm like, dude, I can't tell you. He's like, well, dude, what's going on? Like, he thought maybe I'm mad at him or fucking something's going on. And I was like, no, just get over to my house. Fucking trust me, bro. Just get the fuck over there. I said, bring some cheese with you too. Right? So, because I only had the fine herbs and spices. So he bring the cheese, he did, and he shows up at my house. And I remember he was all like, dude, what's going on? He walks in and I'm like, dude, you're not going to fucking believe this. And we walk through my entrance and get to him and he walks in and I can't remember what he said, but I remember it was like, he was fucking in a state of shock, and he was like, oh my God. And he was sitting on my couch, and I remember he was all fanboyed out, like, yeah, man, that's him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the dude. But I remember talking to him, like, dude, so, like, because he was like, he loves to smoke, and that guy could smoke, because we just put on a session, like, to end all sessions, because it's a moment, right? So we're rolling with it. And I think Travis said to me, so how do you fucking score when you're on the road? And he just said, he goes, just like this. And he goes, I'm here with you guys. And he goes, I'm good tonight, And he was actually doing a show the next night at like the Sky Dome or something. And, but fucking smoking with us till 4 or 5 a.m. Easy. Like it was just a fucking smoke fest all night long.
That's insane.
With the Godfather.
Yeah. So nuts.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim.
I see the name, The Missing Link. Richie's Recessive. Now there's a name from the past, Missing Link. If you guys don't know who he is, Google that monster. Jeez.
The Missing Link. Yeah.
We went way off on the wrestling tip here. Look at all these comments.
What the heck?
The Hardy Boys. Let's see.
You got a yeah, that's the Missing Link. That guy was fucked. That's
Crazy.
loud, sorry.
It's all good.
Just broke it.
Pretty wild, man. This is totally different, man. It's pretty nuts.
It's different for me too, buddy.
Yeah, it's like when you're like, it's a cool setup though, right? I mean, the way you...
Dude, I love your setup. It's phenomenal. I want to fucking mirror this. My show, I tell stories once, they call it story time. Like I do my show memorabilia, we razz and we do sports breaks and shit like that. And any sports fan, here's my shameless plug. Check out Kaboom Sports on Facebook.
Yeah, all the links for his Facebook and his website for the auctions are in the description below.
If you like sports memorabilia, you'd get a kick out of it. But every once in a while, I do this sort of where, like, every once in a while, certain people are like, dude, come on, story time, hit us. And I'll be like, okay, somebody ask a question, they'll ask me something, and I'll just give them a story about. I got a lot of stories, so I'll tell them something that'll entertain them for a bit, and they love it, because they're fun, It's a lifetime ago. I don't do that kind of shit anymore anyway.
Oh, yeah,
so it's fun for me to relive it. But
there's a lot of stories that we could get into.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little removed from it. I don't live quite the fast pace, although I'm still down to cause a little trouble. But King Austin's like, I like him. I'm down too. Let's go.
Just no smoking, right?
Just no smoking. No problem.
So I'll smoke for you.
You can absolutely like to.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka, yeah, man. He was awesome.
Yeah. He killed his girlfriend back in the 80s and got away with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
That's more than the rumor. Yeah.
Damn. Look at everybody. Everyone's in the wrestling.
Oh no, it's turned into a wrestling show. Shit.
Big John Studd. Yeah, remember those?
Absolutely.
Junkyard Dog, JYD.
80s, buddy. Golden era, man. That was wrestling when you
Iron
could believe
Sheik.
it. You could believe it.
Yeah, Iron Sheik and
Do you remember Saturday night's main event? Hogan versus Morocco. All you wrestling fans, you're going to remember this trip. Hogan versus Morocco, Saturday night's main event. King Kong Bundy comes down to the ring, attacks Hogan from behind. Him and Morocco just doing a number on Hulkster. And Bundy would do not the avalanche, what do they call the splash or something?
Atomic Splash?
No, maybe it was the avalanche. I think it was the avalanche. Yeah, it was the avalanche. He'd put the wrestler in the corner and then he'd run at him and just squash him. And then he would Hogan's lying down on the ground and then Bundy would splash him, but Morocco, the Rock, big strong dude, he was the original Rock, would use his hands to add force and push Bundy down as he's jumping down on him. And I fucking thought Hogan was going to die. Because in my mind, it's like, okay, there's a fucking 500-pound King Kong Bundy doing the splash on Hulkster, but with Don Morocco two-hand pushing him down as he's coming down. That's got to add 800 pounds of force. Like, you know what I mean? And you believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think Hogan's going to Bundy splash. That's right. Tell me, you guys, you wrestling fans, do you remember that night? Don Morocco and Bundy almost killing Hulk Hogan? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Saturday night's main event. It's 12:45 a.m. and I'm crying. I'm 8 years old thinking my Hulkster is dead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Remember they came out with a cartoon, the WW.
Hogan's a rockin' wrestling or something like that. Yeah.
Used to watch it, and it's like the Junkyard Dog.
Saturday mornings, yeah.
I used to watch that. Holy shit. Wow. That's crazy.
Lily, great movie, Lily. I saw that.
Which one's that?
She said, haha, you said Splash, and I thought of the movie with Tom Hanks. Great movie. Tom Hanks, John Candy, Daryl Hannah. Classic.
Awesome. No mermaids, Lily.
No. Splash was better than Mermaids. Mermaids was like a girly movie. Splash was a comedy.
Thunder Lips.
The awesome power of Thunder Lips.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What else you got to show?
Oh, what else do I got to show? Hold on a second.
Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, I missed the autograph. I missed the sports car business. Actually, Austin was mentioning something like that too, about how sports cars is coming back up, and I got all my links with Grosvenor.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm actually opening a store. Like I got a
Gallery?
friend who works at Grosvenor.
Oh, what's his name?
He
Travis?
actually just went there, Trevor.
Trevor. Oh, shit.
Last name. Maybe I should give his last name. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I thought of because I used to love cracking wax and opening up. Well, you remember?
Well, now it's a lottery, dude.
Yeah.
Like you can crack a card that's worth $10,000 right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
gotta. Let's fucking do it.
Friends who are doing that.
Oh, yeah.
They're buying like boxes on boxes. And
Oh yeah,
they're making their money back.
Oh yeah, no, they make them absolutely. It's a huge business now. It's kind of what I do, but instead of cards, I do memorabilia. Like my breaks, like when we do what we call team choice. You can buy Toronto for X amount, Detroit, Colorado, and then we crack the box and whatever jersey's inside. So if you bought Toronto and we crack the box and it's a Toronto signed jersey, you're the lucky one. If it was Detroit, who had Detroit? Oh, Billy had Detroit. Voila, you got Detroit. You know. Jeez. So it's a
Yeah,
huge.
he does the same thing. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Same
But
thing as they
I
do with
wouldn't-
cards, but I do with memorabilia.
I wouldn't mind getting back into it because, like I said, I got all the connections.
Sounds
You know?
like something nice to do.
Don't forget, I started my my sports car business at 19, 20 years old. So that's like 31 years ago. Yeah,
You're so old.
I know, I'm fucking old.
Show it off, buddy. So this is a Mickey Mantle custom signed, hand painted, one of a kind jersey. My artist Aaron White painted this bad boy. When we work together, he only works with me and I only work with him. It's a great partnership. What we do is we only create one and done. So like this image that we painted, he could paint 10 of them if I wanted him to and he wanted to, but we don't. We do one and that's it. So whoever gets their hands on this, that's it. You're the only one with it. No one else is going to get it. That's it. So, want to show it off?
How much is that worth?
That one I'd put a retail at, I don't know, 12 grandish in that range. Yeah, maybe 12-ish, 10, 12-ish.
Nice. It's really good quality. Almost looks like a print.
Oh, it's a painting.
I know. It looks
Yeah,
like
oh,
a
yeah,
print,
no,
like
yeah.
The quality of it.
Yeah, the guy's uber talented.
Now, does the painting add value to it?
Absolutely.
It does?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it now becomes more like a...
One of a kind.
Yeah.
I can create, and I do create that jersey as well. Like Mickey Mantle's no longer with us. So like I can't get him to sign a jersey.
Yeah.
So what I do is kind of actually exactly like Upper Deck, okay? Like the sports card. They'll buy a Mickey Mantle signed check or a love letter from Mickey Mantle to one of his lady friends, and they cut the signature out and put it into a card, and voila, you've got a signed Mickey Mantle card. Now he never held that card in his hand in his life. He's been dead for 20 years. But it's a signed Mickey Mantle card. I do the same thing, but with jerseys, but actually, like, what do you think of that? Like, look at the detail.
Yeah, and the way it's...
Oh, it's custom, buddy.
Yeah.
It's custom. Like the way Upper Deck does it, they'll just cut it into a rectangle.
Yeah, square, and then they stitch around it or something.
Yeah, like, and it's fine.
It looks
it's
like a
still cool.
shadow box, but it's like a...
It's cool.
not-
But this is custom. I call him my
die cut.
doctor. Yeah, it's die cut. Yes.
Literally,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now Upper Deck calls theirs die cut, but They're not. They just cut out a square, a window.
A window, yeah.
They cut out a window, which is, hey, it is what it is.
Still
but
legit,
It's
but-
100% legit. But this, like,
Over the top.
oh my gosh! Like the guy that does this for me, I call him my doctor, and I was actually with him to do the Vezina, because like this one, I'll drop off. I'll give him the autograph. I'll give him the jersey. We do it before it gets painted. Then I send it off for painting. But I've sent him a Babe Ruth before, which I'll show you in a second. And I'm nervous, but I trust him. And okay, great. Call me when you're done, so I feel better, and that's it. But with the Vezina, I'm like, dude, can I be there? Like, can I be there for surgery? I need to be in the room. And I literally were together the whole time, and it was a process. So, anyways, there's Mickey Mantle.
Super cool.
That's crazy.
Now, this one's actually rarer than Babe Ruth, but I prefer Babe Ruth. But this one's pretty special. Lou Gehrig.
Gehrig.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick.
How much is that one worth?
That one I would put a retail out of, let's say, 40 or 50.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the only one that does it. There's going to be, now it's just a matter of time. I literally think like an Upper Deck might actually try and copy me, which is flattering. I really believe that.
Patent it?
Well, you can't patent it. You can't
Yeah.
patent this, but they can copy it. They can, because they can buy an autograph too. I've probably bid against Upper Deck. Literally
To
outbid
buy
them
it, to buy autographs.
Oh yeah, for sure, guaranteed. I actually not 100%. I've outbid them to buy certain autographs because they wanted to create cards, and I wanted to create the jerseys. So like guaranteed, we've gone toe to toe in some big auction houses and stuff.
Yeah, because there's no way you would ever have an autographed
Jersey.
Lou Gehrig.
It just doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because
Yeah.
they weren't around to do it.
Exactly.
So now the way you do it is like, to me, having this on my wall
Yeah.
with an autograph instead of a card
Yeah.
with a, well,
Well-
it depends, right? I mean,
Well, to each his own. I've got some people in the business that actually, now I think they're full of shit. They try and crap on this, like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's like a sticky note. But they're the same guys that would blow a mess in their pants for a fucking Lou Gehrig signed Upper Deck card. So for me, you can't belittle either one. I'm not going to say the card sucks, and nobody can say that this jersey sucks. In my humble opinion, I would much rather have a custom signed Lou Gehrig Yankees vintage wool jersey than a custom signed Lou Gehrig Upper Deck baseball card.
yeah.
Because the autographs are both authentic. One's a piece of
How do you
cardboard.
want to showcase it?
Yeah, like, did you want a vintage wool sweater in a case on your wall that looks like it should belong in the Hall of Fame? Or do you want a card? That is awesome. It'd be cool to have, but I start the bidding at 500. Yeah. Wow.
Add a zero.
You can't. No,
Add two.
Add two. Add 2 zeros, and buddy, we can talk business. But God love you. I appreciate the nice comment there. It's amazing. But I actually, for me, it's people that show their jealousy and their envy, and to talk like this is something that's, oh, it's worthless. Oh, like, shut up. It's a Lou Gehrig vintage autograph, genuine, 100% authentic on a beautiful jersey.
Yeah.
You wish you had it.
It's a collector's thing to me. Some people collect things in a certain way. Other
Well-
people collect them in another way. But if there's an option, if there's no other option, they have to be stuck with the one fucking option. You're
it'd be
giving
like
them another
somebody-
outlet.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it'd be like somebody saying that your snakes suck because they're this color. Like, what? Like, it's a beautiful snake. Like, it doesn't, you can prefer cards over this. Cool. I dig it. I don't agree, but I dig it. But
Right.
you can't say that this is worthless. If you had a card with this autograph, which you don't, and it's funny, actually, I should shut up and not go too deep into it, because what's that rant button? I won't rant, but I'll just simply say that to me, it just shows that they're just wallowing in envy because they couldn't even afford the card, let alone the jersey. You know what I mean? So, you can't poo-poo on this stuff. It's too good. To say it's not is
Yeah, you're creating a different outlet for people. Like, to me, if I saw, I can get this or I can get it like that.
yeah.
To me, I mean, I always want, the next level.
I like the best, whether it's a car, pretty woman, whatever it may be. I like to have the best, and I think I've achieved that with these things here. I got one more I'll show you. It's in line with this one, too.
And the way it's like basically placed inside or on the jersey,
Yeah,
it's not
done.
just like sticked on.
Well, you could actually do it where they actually have it in a little sort of,
Here,
you know.
check that out. You made a valid point.
Oh,
Take a look at
snap.
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Babe Ruth.
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
That's crazy.
You can open it right up, dude. I don't care. I'll fold it up nice and neat after.
What's that one worth?
Again, 50-ish.
Holy shit.
I've got 8 of them.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Actually, I got another one coming. It's a beautiful autograph in a beautiful frame. Like whoever created it, they had good taste.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful it's actually I think it's graded 9 as far as quality, a 9 out of 10 by like PSA.
Yeah.
But it's the cleanest signature, the boldest signature I've ever seen. In this beautiful pinstripe frame with a picture of him saying goodbye to Yankee Stadium, and I love it. But I'm gonna crack it open, take the signature out, and put it into one of those bad boys.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Super awesome.
Come on.
I love the way it is. Like, 'cause-
Come on.
yeah, you know, it's-
Come on. What's that?
Let me see it one more time.
No problem.
I don't want to.
No problem.
That's crazy.
super cool.
Yeah. That's like my yellow belly. What?
Yellow belly. No, this is like a monsoon. Probably
Yeah,
more.
it's
better.
like yeah.
It's like a monsoon pie.
That sounds good.
We don't know yet.
We don't even know what it looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it in the works?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the works. But
Yeah.
that one's probably worth like in the 50.
Nice. So what, you're creating a snake that it's going to be called a monsoon,
It's two
Monsoon.
jeans monsoon pied.
and you're already in the process of creating it.
Yeah, I should be one of the first. All of us, we all have it. So,
Nice.
but I also have the chance of making leopard yellow belly special monsoon pies.
I can only make super specials. And
Yeah.
I love this
specials.
shit, man. You guys are incredible. I
Yeah,
love it.
So I don't know what they're going to look like. I'm hoping they're awesome, but if they do, yeah, I got combos coming.
Oh, that's
See-
crazy.
I'll throw this out there, is that I think I'm the best at what I do. I really do. Like, not to toot my horn, I think this is, if you're a baseball fan, this is Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mic drop. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle. You know, I got stuff from Cy Young and Ty Cobb. And then for hockey, like, I got the only George Vezina. So, again, mic drop.
Yeah, 'cause I remember back
I'm-
in the day, you would come up and, hey, man, I just did the thing with Gretzky, and I had personalized stuff from Gretzky.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, but see,
It was-
this stuff makes Gretzky look like
Yeah.
you won it out of a fucking bag of chips. Like, it doesn't even, this stuff is, this is next level. What I'm doing is capturing history to display, and rare. What you're doing is creating something that's never been created. It's the first time on planet Earth.
And not many
And
people
that
can even
shit
do that.
blows my fucking
And
mind.
it might even take some people like
7 to 10
7
years.
to 10 years to even
Yeah.
catch up to it.
Well, it
That's the
blows
next-
my mind. It's like it's a completely new frontier.
And
And
remember,
it's opposite of what I'm doing. I'm capturing history. You guys are creating it. It's fucking incredible, man. It really is.
Like, how many people messaged you for the monsoon, like when you created it?
Oh, lots. My phone was ringing, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I even had someone still ask to purchase it, but I wanted. I asked a heavy money. It probably, you know, I was asking over 30. You know, to me, it was probably worth
25 to 30.
20, 25. And, you know, it just didn't, but it's not like I was pushing it. It's like, hey, I still got her. She's like, you know, almost
She's like a
She's
900
almost
grams.
ready.
900 to 1,000 grams. Yeah, she'll breed next year. And, yeah, leopard monsoon, 50% pied.
But she has a nice little patch of white on her belly.
So,
Yeah, I see a couple nice comments for my stuff and what I do. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to throw one more shameless plug.
sure.
If you do try and join my group on Facebook, Kaboom Sports, I think Billy said the link is there. I urge you, there's a couple questions to answer before I let you in. the best thing I could, because I don't let everybody in. It's a pretty exclusive club. I would suggest when the question is, do you know anybody in Kaboom? Obviously, your odds are you're not. Punch in the answer should be for you guys, Mutation Creation. So that's how I know you guys found me, through tonight's chat. And I'll let anybody in from tonight's chat, because it looks like you got a great bunch of people supporting you. So if a couple of you, sports fans want to check out what I do, just make sure you mention Mutation Creation, so I know that's where you found out about me. A lot of people don't get in, and then they hate me. Like, why didn't you let me in? It's like, well, fuck. Not everybody gets in. It's a special club, man.
Let's get back to the snake talk, boys.
Oh.
Fuck you, Wes.
Not tonight.
No problem.
Look, Father Son Reptile's coming.
Yeah, no.
Hey, who's what's that on my shoe? What's his real name?
I have no idea.
Well, that's a unique handle, buddy.
What's that on my shoe? It's pretty cool.
I'll give you one guess.
But no, I mean, I just figured do something cool. I knew he was coming to the town, and I've been like, fuck, I haven't seen you in probably 3 years now.
Yeah, it's been too long, dude. I live up in a little cottage town now, and it's been too long.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, you're coming down. Let's do this. Hey, man, come on in on the chat. And
Yeah.
it just worked out fucking awesome. And, I wanted to show you the new place, because you did see the old facility.
I did. What you're doing now is, like I said, next level. I love it. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, brother.
I remember when Billy came to me when he just had the idea
Yeah.
of getting into the snake business, and I almost partnered up with him. And I guess it's one of those things where it's like, boy, you could have bought Bitcoin at $1, and I didn't. But the truth is, it's not about.
Yeah, but remember that. I mean, I
I
came
do.
to you, and I had this whole idea.
Yeah,
and-
it's not about the money. It's not like, oh boy, I wish I could be a part of that because of finance. I'm just to be a part of something that has grown to what it's grown into, and the passion for it. And like I said, to create stuff that doesn't exist unless you create it yourself.
Yeah.
That's new frontier stuff, and I don't know. Not many people get to do that in any field of work. You know what I'm saying? Like people that build furniture. Well, you're building a mock-up of furniture that's been built before. Like it's not a new frontier,
Not
man.
like
It's
a world's first.
yeah, absolutely, a world's first. Exactly.
Like some things we don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah,
It's just
and we're hoping.
Absolutely.
We're hoping.
crazy.
Oh, I've seen some of his videos. Cracks the egg, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And it's like, "Yeah, man, that's
freaking
incredible. It's incredible."
It's just like, I guess, like unboxing or like taking out the cards and just like finding something sick.
No, I get that, but but the difference is that with that, I guess there's the luck value, like the luck. Oh, I got lucky, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like anyone that cracks open a card and gets a rare $10,000 card, fantastic. But you got lucky.
Yeah.
You didn't make the card.
Yeah.
There's not real pride in it other than, oh, I got lucky. Look what I won. You guys, it's like, look what I created.
Yes.
You
And
know
there's
what I mean?
such a yeah.
Yeah.
And even to the fact that when we create something and we keep it in our rack and we raise it up, and then she's sitting on eggs, especially, a female that we've hatched, and you appreciate it, like, oh my God, I love it. I mean, when I have that monsoon pied on fucking eggs, I'm gonna be like, when I open up that tub next year and I see her on eggs, we're gonna start doing fucking high fives, screaming around, like it's gonna be like, holy fuck.
Okay, can I ask you guys some questions?
Sure.
So Mutation Creation, that's yours.
Yes.
Sole proprietorship?
No, it's a corporation.
A corporation, okay, but is it yours?
Yes.
Okay. So when you said you breed your own snakes as well?
Yep.
That's awesome. You too? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure if you guys, I'm meeting you today for the first time, if
Yeah.
you're employees but you guys are in the
we
hobby
all-
yourself too. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we all do it. Like
This fucker here, he's gonna be a percentage holder and partner of mine.
Nice. That is so cool.
Yeah, and
So
and
that's
like
good.
I say,
That's good stuff, boys. That's
eventually we have to decide, like, hey, should we let this fucker in too?
Jeez.
Because I can't make. So
Maybe.
here's the thing, like he knows how I am, right? It took me, I don't know, 3 years to, when he was there, I knew he's fully capable. He does it on his own. He knows it's not a hard task. Feeding fucking snakes, I wouldn't let him feed for like 3 fucking years. It's only the last year and a half. It's like, okay, you can do the adults, and now, I mean, I know I have to let some of the stuff go, but he knows. So now, with me giving him percentage of the business, I can't just say, oh, fuck, what did you do? Oh, I did it. Well, I got to fucking ask this guy.
Yeah.
Or I have to word it where, I can, I have some, most of the control and a little bit, but, I definitely want to have, like, he's not a part of the business now. He doesn't own anything. He's an employee, and I go to him for like as if he was my 50% partner. Like, hey man, what do we do? What do we need?
Well, you're also going to be 51, and he's 24. So there's the future of the hobby.
Oh yeah, and
sitting across the table from you.
Like, so, I thought you meant shareholder.
yeah.
Oh no.
No, but I mean,
Yeah,
and
51, 24. What does that mean? I get 23. Wait, is it 28? What the fuck?
I'll take the 28.
No, wait, 24,
29.
29. Yes. Bravo.
No, but I mean, even still, I mean, I even said like in 10 years from now, I mean, the building that we've acquired, I have a 5 and 5. We'll be there for 10 years, maybe longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I know in 10 years from now, I am not doing what we just did last year. Move. I'm not moving. If these guys, they're going to be here, he's going to be a big percentage holder. I can't see why Lord won't be. It's something we have to discuss down the road. But I, at 60 or 60 fucking 1, am not moving the facility. If these motherfuckers at that time say, hey, Billy, man, we're fucking doing awesome, we're going bigger, cool, man. Message me and tell me how it goes. Take some video. I'm going to be somewhere the fuck else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing what we just did.
Yeah.
But if they want to do that, and the funny thing is what's great is Austin has seen how I've got to where I've gotten now on a good chunk of the last 4.5 years. He's seen my commitment, what I've had to do, the sacrifices. Like, he knows. He knows what I'm dealing with the fucking messages and stuff because he's getting them also now because, So you also, know how it is to move. We know. We've seen it. In 10 years, you're like, man, do we really want to fucking do it or are we good where we are? They get to make the choice. Me, I'm going to sit back and say, hey, if you think, and the thing is them being shareholders in the company, they are not going to, they know what's best for the company, I mean,
well, they want what's best for
Well,
the
they
company,
want, yeah,
too.
Best intention.
Yeah, absolutely.
right. So
absolutely.
I'm like, hey guys, do you really think it's there? Do you know what you're going in? Because don't forget, I'm not putting it in my hand. I'm at 61. I can't be doing what we did. I shouldn't have been doing. I mean, I have a hernia.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
having
And
surgery soon.
I have the surgery next month.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I actually have a fucking hernia at 50 years old, and I'm still fucking doing what I'm doing.
Just
You
pushes
can't
it
stop
back
me.
in.
Yeah, I just keep pushing it back in. But I actually have a surgery in like 4 weeks. But, we know what it takes to do that. And if these guys in 10 years are like, fuck it, man, yeah, we want to grow bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it because these guys here, know what's best for the company. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to be cool. I think it's great. I think it's a great move too. But I ain't fucking helping. You know what I mean? I'll be in my wheelchair or whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But,
Partnerships are tricky, but if the trust is earned and the passion is matched and the efforts are matched and all that good stuff, I've learned the hard way. But I just met these dudes today, and obviously there's a good fit and good synergies, and they would obviously they'd have their best intentions because the better the company gets, the better they their situation improves, your situation improves. That's where partnerships can be a real positive thing. It's tough to achieve sometimes, but in a unique business like this, I can see it, man. That's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everyone everybody.
It's not just dollars and cents in a business like this. It's passion and the growing it and the collecting in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not your average business, that's for sure.
He has his own fucking unique talents that's superior to many of ours.
I've seen his cup flips, man. That's incredible. That is fucking phenomenal.
How he's brought in the editing and the video and ideas, and even him now, and they're researching more stuff because now I'm behind the scenes, on phone calls doing stuff. So everybody is doing things that is actually a big part of that helps Mutation Creation grow. I mean, I wouldn't be where I was at. We'd probably be at 15,000, maybe 20,000, but probably not 50 because
100%.
Because
I
of
wouldn't even be able to do daily videos with
yeah,
Elias.
yeah.
So.
I mean, so it's Mutation Creation is all of us, and having Kat in the background now coming in and Callie doing stuff. I mean, it's awesome. She's going to start getting into more of the videos and stuff like that. And we're growing, and
I got 2 words for you. Autograph snakes.
autograph snakes.
Tattoo snakes.
Tattoo snakes.
Tattooing on. No, we're not doing that.
Wow.
One of a kind, signed by
You could probably
Gretzky.
like autograph
The
snake
Gretzky
bags.
Monsoon, one of one.
Could like autograph the snake bags.
Literally. Or the snake, like the card, the business card.
Yeah, well, actually, what we do have to do is...
We do have these.
Yeah, so...
So we kind of sell autographs too, man.
See?
Get out of here. Let me see.
Yeah, $50 for the super
MC
chat.
Big Boss. Okay.
Well, we sign it too.
So, yeah, Austin's got to sign it. And then on the back, we got, my channel, my content, and we're going to have Lord Elion and Chris sign it. And we got to do like 40 or 50 of these and send them out. We're fucking slacking.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, so I got these done. So, one day that might be worth some money.
So who helped you spell your name?
What do you mean?
I can't believe you knew how to spell it.
Oh, I thought you spelled it wrong. I was about to say,
No.
holy shit.
No.
That'd be embarrassing.
Fucking guy. Yeah, maybe one day you'll be fucking,
Dude, you got the D right.
Chad is gonna get excited.
That's what your wife said. Oh,
Motherfucker.
Oh shit.
All right.
pretty much, yeah.
UFC 63. UFC 63. Little Billy D. Rose. That's cool. No.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Fuck.
You got the D right. So did your wife.
We heard you the first time. It was cooler the first time.
Ah, shit.
Rogue River Reptiles. Wess.
Hey,
What is your favorite morph or combo?
Oh, wow. You know what? I'm not in the know of the names. I've seen some really cool, actually, that boa you showed me today, that was ridiculous.
The
Yeah.
black one?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
purpley, bluish, steelish. Like, that was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the iridescence in that animal. Yeah, that's an IMG Anery
Motley.
Motley.
That's insane. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, for ball pythons, I've seen some really cool, I don't know what I'd call them, but the white and grays together. Like
That's the lightning pied.
lightning pies are pretty cool. I've seen those. I don't know what they're worth, but to me, those are cool. That one you showed me, it had yellow in it today.
Oh, the yellow belly dreamsicle?
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah,
pretty
and that's a
badass.
female. That's a breeder female.
Size female, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've... so great question. Thank you. I don't know enough about the combos and names and stuff, but I've checked out Billy's. You actually owe me a snake, eh?
I know I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, but I don't even know what I would want. But I've actually looked at your site a few times, and I think you sell somewhere else. Is there a website you sell on?
Morph
Or
Market.
Yeah, Morph Market.
I think that's
and-
what it was. And I looked through it, and there's some that caught my eye more than others. But what blows my mind is just the colors that come out now, and the fact that you guys, like I said, get to be the first to create something. It's oh man.
Oh yeah, father and son reptiles. What's up with the US Arc Tattoo Challenge? I have to still reach out. I mean, Blue Line, Baker messaged me and it's like, hey man, what's going on? I just been so fucking busy lately to figure it out. But yeah, we should do that. I also want to do something where we raise money. So anybody that donates 100. So for every 100 you donate, we're gonna put you in a draw, and I'll fly whoever it is from anywhere in the world to my facility when we can. And, you can either come up during, like, the expo, which, CRBE, you can see our expo, but it's a very busy weekend. It might probably be best to, fly in on a weekend that, it's just catered to you. We can have you in the facility, look around, teach you shit, hang out. I don't know. I mean, it's totally up to you, but I wouldn't mind doing something like that to raise money for US ARC. And that'd be pretty cool,
Yes. Speaking of tattoo
What's
challenges.
U.S. ARC?
US ARC is it's an organization that stands for our rights because in the U.S. There is many people.
A lot of Karens.
Yeah, a lot of Karens and people that don't know, and they want to take our rights away to owning and breeding reptiles because snakes can kill people and they're venomous. And
Gosh.
yes, some can. Yes.
Yeah.
Just
and
uneducated people.
very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uneducated. They
Are there
don't
some
realize.
states that are worse than others?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, so basically what US ARC is they're coming at, with legislation with all this bullshit saying, oh, this and this and this and that. And I mean, they're not really dealing with the real problems and issues that are out there. they just don't want us and don't believe that we should be enjoying and loving and caring for these animals. They should be put back in the wild, where the wild really doesn't even exist. Their habitats and homes are destroyed, or the way, the reason why we have so many amazing animals in our industry and colors and morphs and stuff is because of captive bred animals.
Yeah.
So we've donated Mutation Creation. I'm a gold member, so I'm $1,000 US a year.
Nice.
I've also raised some money and donated as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to do probably a monthly donation as well.
Yeah.
And other people, many of us, pretty much all of us here, have donated at a certain level. There's different tiers that you can, sign up as.
Yeah.
And, the more they have, the more, lawyers that are going and fighting for our cause,
Fucking Karens, man.
Yep.
I know, right?
It's just uneducated people that think that they know what's best. And, a lot of people here, I mean, some of these animals are, it's like I wouldn't say they're children, but I mean, it's our pets. Some of them are our pets, and some of them are great. People with PTSD and anxiety and stuff. This is, I mean, people don't get it, and I understand. Like, you do what? Like, that's weird. Oh, and here's the thing, like the tarantulas. Fuck. I mean, I thought tarantula. What the fuck? Like, why do Here I am. After fearing them, learning a little, and now, I mean, I've got a collection of 40, almost 50.
If you had 10,000 king cobras in your facility, I would kind of understand if there were some people on your street that were uncomfortable
Nervous.
with it. Yeah.
Correct.
But not cool.
Chad? What the fuck? Billy, if I win, can I stay at your place?
Jeez.
Oh, God.
Anyone but Chad.
Hey, shout out to Black Sun Reptiles. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
What's that?
He said, great show, guys. Wes, awesome to meet you and hear your story. Gotta
Cool.
run. Yeah, thanks, Black Sun Reptiles.
Yeah, man. BSR, man. Later.
Yeah, that's crazy. That, you know what? I don't know if it's so much that they, I know nothing about it, and my instincts tell me, like, is it that they worry about the animals, or they worry about people getting hurt, or they just fucking want to hate on something for the sake of hating on something.
I think it's that.
It's probably that. It's
do you know what I
also-
mean?
Yeah, they're
Sincerely.
probably super
Builders-
uneducated.
But that's a polite way of what you're saying is that they really, the way I get it, that's a polite way of saying they're full of
Yeah.
shit.
They're ignorant towards
Yeah,
it, really.
yeah, but even I don't think it's that. I think it's that they're miserable in their day-to-day life. So let's go after this, or let's go
Yeah.
after. You
Yeah.
call them Karens these days, but
They're just trying to destroy everything. They
yeah,
don't want to take
that
the
they
time
know
to
nothing
build
about.
something,
That
or-
doesn't affect them. It has nothing to do with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean? It's so what are they hating on? It's not education. It's them just bored, so they're looking to pick on something to give them some purpose this week or this month, or
Yeah, you're pretty
It's
much.
bizarre.
It's
you,
bizarre.
You nailed it. You nailed it in the fucking
it's bizarre.
head.
Yeah, and that's really what I think it is. It's not. They're not animal activists or anything like that. They know nothing.
But if we do not stand up and support in numbers and have these people going representing us,
Oh, I agree
these
with
can
that.
These can
Yeah.
be taken away as fast as
Oh, and then they'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is a battle. I agree with that. But
Yeah.
you're going up against someone who has nothing fulfilling their lives other than hating and trying to create conflict to give themselves purpose. It's pathetic.
Yeah. It's
Ball
hilarious.
pythons are banned in some parts of Canada.
Yeah.
Where?
Or
Here?
a lot of places in Ontario.
Like Oakville.
Oakville, Richmond Hill.
Where we're sitting right now?
Are you serious? You could not have a ball python here?
Nope.
Richmond Hill. Like most
Yep.
of like Vaughan, Aurora.
So-
So what would happen if you had a
you
ball
get a,
python?
you get a fine. Like
You get a fine, and if you had like an operation of mine, they would probably seize it. And my fine, I mean, there's been people with fines, 150,000,
Holy
because
shit.
it's per animal, right? I think it's here. I think it's $65 per animal, and I got 2,000. So imagine. So that's why, when I could, I mean, I've had it where, I was infringing bylaws, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I keep growing. I've got to step up and move to a new facility, and that facility screwed me up, and I had to move it somewhere else, and then I moved it to the other facility, and now I moved it in the other facility. But I'm with the bylaws,
So if
landlord.
If it changed for you here, you'd obviously have to move then, right?
Oh, I mean,
Knock on wood, it doesn't.
I don't keep them in Oakville.
I understand that where you are now, but if it were
I mean,
Well, it's different. It's like residential bylaws
and then
and
commercial.
Commercial.
oh really?
So that's another thing too. So if I was, in where I'm at now, I think I'd have a maximum of, is it 8 or 9 animals?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So a lot of them are 8 or 9. So because I have multiple and it's a business, I operate under a corporation with, not a residential location, but
I got you.
an actual business.
Shout out to Neurotic Exotics. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Hey, cool.
You're so nice to me, dude.
Billy, what you drinking there? Just water. Agua. So, well, any more questions for Wes? I mean, we got another, say, 10, 15 minutes. And we also got to remember the special, what we ask of the guest. So that's at the end.
Oh man.
Don't worry. He's like, oh, fuck it.
No. You
No,
just
it's
have to
good.
say something
It's-
about Chad. That's it.
Yeah. So
I got to say something about Chad.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Who's Chad?
Chad is Richie's
It's a-
recessive.
He's a guy.
So basically, here, you might as, well,
comments.
might as well just do it now. Ready?
Yeah. So basically, this guy.
So ready? Hold on. Okay. Chad EAD.
Or EAD Chad.
Which one?
Either one.
Or pick your
Or
own.
you can spell the whole fucking word.
Or you
out.
could
Or
start
say
something
both.
new.
Or you could just say the actual word. You know what EAD stands for?
No.
No?
EAD?
Yeah.
Eat.
Eat?
A.
Oh.
So it's like every live. Like,
Can I say the whole thing or do I got to
Yeah,
say
if
the
you want,
initials?
you can say whatever.
you want.
Some people say the initials.
Okay.
Brian, I think, was Brian Barczyk the first one? Yeah, I think Brian
Yeah.
Barczyk was
Even
the first
Brian
one.
Gundy used to be like a preacher. He even said it.
Yeah, he even said it. Yeah.
He was a priest, no? Or
I'm not too sure, but.
Where's
Wes
he
is
from?
Like, huh?
Wes is like, see,
that's
Richie's
him.
like,
Richie's
Wes
recessive
is
Chad.
like, huh?
He wants you to say it. Trust me. If you say
And it's
it,
two
he's gonna say
S's.
nom 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 or some shit.
yeah, he's a weird guy.
He's a character.
All right. Richie's Recessives, a.k.a. Chad. I need you to do me a huge favor and eat a huge dick.
Oh shit!
It's kind of scary.
You're in your radio
Oh,
voice.
Chad is gonna be like,
I think
okay.
Oh, shit.
Let's see what he says.
it's kind of a.
We actually got a question, so.
Charles Brown.
He cleared his
his
throat. Something you're gonna have to do.
His
My
middle name is Wesley. Awesome. I got 2 S's, though. And if you had 2 S's, I'd move to 3 S's.
Shit.
All right, Charles
Oh,
Brown.
he says nom 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 nom.
See? That's his signature. That's his signature.
Attaboy. Take it all.
Yeah. Black Smoke says, not just the regular size, but a huge one.
All right, Charles Brown. Great question.
Oh, I'll
First
have to-
autograph.
Chad, I'll have to eat my own then.
That's a good save.
First autograph. What was the first autograph? Oh, it was
Daryl Sittler.
no. The first one I ever bought was Maurice Richard, the Rocket. Right after he passed away, I was taking a shit and reading the hockey news. True story.
Thought about the Montreal Canadiens are taking.
I was
shit.
taking a shit, reading the hockey news, and there was an ad in the hockey news from a company selling Maurice Richard autographs.
Let me
And
guess.
don't say their name.
Okay.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah, me too.
He's a fucking doucher.
But was it the FT?
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck him.
I know.
But anyway, so I called them and I'm like, hey, and Maurice Richard had just passed away, so they were capitalizing on his death, and they found a sucker in me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this has got to be the rarest thing ever. This fucking legend just died. So I called them and I said, hey, do you have any more of these? And they're like, yeah, we have 3 of these photos and 2 jerseys and 1 puck. And I'm like, I want 1 of each. Meanwhile, fast forward 20 years later, I've personally sold probably
Hundreds.
of Maurice Richard, thousands at this point. So, but they made it sound like it was the rarest fucking thing ever. So I drove downtown and I purchased the Maurice Richard, one of each. And that's what got me into collecting, because then I checked out their catalog and I bought more stuff off them. And then at the time, they had their own little auction site. So I bought some of their auctions. And then I thought to myself, well, there must be other auction sites. And I probably I don't know if Google was around, but I just looked at whatever was on, maybe Yahoo. I Yahooed fucking auction sites, and I found eBay, and then I started buying on eBay, and that's how it actually brought me to that Gordie Howe. In the course of that one summer, I had 2 Gordie Howe jerseys, sold one, made a few $100, and I thought, well, fuck, that was an easy few $100. I didn't have to eat any big dicks for it like Chad.
Oh, no. Chad.
Easiest 300 I ever made.
Chad does it for free.
Wow.
Does it for bus fare, then walks home.
Probably like free sample.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my god.
He's like at the Costco's giving free samples.
Oh, my goodness. No.
Chad's got a booth at the Costco.
He has a little curtain. He brings you behind the curtain.
Step into my booth.
So, yeah, thanks for the question, Charles Brown.
Chad has people coming back for seconds. He's like, haven't I seen you before?
Only one, sir. Only one. One per customer.
Fuck.
They got their whole family lined up to get more than one.
Chad's like, you're holding up the line. I'll do it anyway.
Oh, shit. Where did the Costco come from?
I don't know.
Elion.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That almost... Oh, my God.
I think Chad left the room.
Chad turned off his computer.
Hold on. Good question from What's That on My Shoe? Is there something that you wanted to get but you missed out on it and it still bothers you to this day?
Don't say Chad's Costco line.
I won't.
Chad needs mouthwash.
Not with those teeth. Good question. Something I missed out on. Fuck. You know what? I ended up acquiring it. Was that Vesna I really wanted? It broke my heart. I couldn't afford it, and now I got it. So I can't think of anything else that stands out. Not to be a dick or arrogant, but if I wanted, I usually end up with it. That was one thing I just couldn't bankroll the first time I saw it, but lucky me, it came around again, and fucking mine now. Yeah. Thanks for the question.
Neurotic exotics. I can't even speak. I'm laughing so hard. Oh, my God. Check that out. Read that, please.
Last week, Pete's
Patty's.
Patty's Reptiles.
Or Pates.
Pate's Reptiles lost their home to a tornado. Their snakes survived, but they lost all rodents. Please check Mary's Bow for GoFundMe link.
So that would be Mary's Pythons?
I believe so.
I would imagine Mary's Pythons.
Or check out Pete's Reptiles. Maybe they have it in theirs too.
Maybe.
Or Pat's Reptiles. I keep saying Pete's.
Yeah, it's Patty's
Pates.
or Pates. I would pretty sure it's Mary's Pythons. So definitely go take a look.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Glad the snakes are okay, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a lot of tragic, babies passing away, unfortunately. What happened in Texas. There's been a lot of stuff.
Well, it's good that you guys got the community that sticks together. I bought a jersey last night at a charity auction, a Gretzky jersey for $2,600, which is like way more than I should have paid for it. But it's for a guy who's what do they call it when you're in hospice care, sort of palliative care. Sorry,
Yeah.
palliative. And so I did it. And it's he's a sports fan, and I don't even know the guy, but I saw his GoFundMe, and he's got There's a picture of him with his kids in the hospital room, and it's like, fuck's
Yeah.
sakes, man.
I know.
You know, tragic stuff, but, you know, it gives us all the opportunity to step up and you know, $5 or 500, it doesn't matter. Everything helps. And even $5 times 500 people, look out. You're making an impact. So, yeah,
no.
definitely help her out.
Yeah, so check out. Yeah, it is Mary's Pythons, I thought. So I just wanted to double check. So Mary_Python_.
Do you know them?
What's that?
Mary's Pythons, you know them?
Oh, I know Mary. Yeah, she's basically the one that's doing the GoFundMe.
Okay.
So she's always a part, and you know, it's like, you know, she's the what am I looking for? The Rock, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying. My throat's so sore from laughing.
Yeah.
From laughing, Chad.
You know, people go to like Costco to get jumbo packs. So does Chad. Just a different type of jumbo pack.
Oh my God. Yeah. So what Mary's, I guess, the one that orchestrates is probably a better word.
Ringleader.
Yeah, the ringleader.
In a good way, yeah.
Yeah, in a good way. She's, you know, gets the information out there. She's always supportive and behind things, and which is awesome. But yeah. Liz and Kyle, Royal Reptiles, welcome. Buckeye Morphs. My first autograph was a Jordan rookie card and an Andre Dawson Cubs rookie card. Holy shit, Andre Dawson. There's an old school.
Yeah, no shit.
Wow.
Wes, what was your favorite? What Savage Brothers Ball Pythons? What was your fave UFC moment? Wow.
Mine was when the Cowboy beat Alexander like a stepchild.
Shit. I don't know, man. You know what? I ended up not staying a fan of his, GSP. I loved him, but when he cheated against BJ Penn, I lost all respect for him. But when I was a fan of his, when he beat Matt Hughes for the title, it was at the apartment I had across from our store. Remember that apartment I had there too?
Yeah.
And I took the pool table from the store we had, and it was in sort of like the living room area I had there. And I had a bunch of stuff on the table. I won't say what. And when he won, I jumped up, and I got a bottom of I guess I'll call it a pin, but not a safety pin, but it was a fucking pin, and right into my heel because I was on the.
Oh shit!
I jumped up onto the pool like literally. I just ran. I jumped up, woo, and fucking all of a sudden there's a fucking pin right full, like inch and a half into my heel. And it hurt, but I was still screaming from the wind because I'm like, oh my God, we've got a Canadian UFC champ. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. GSP beating Hughes the first time, I really loved it. I lost all respect for him. He's a cheater. He's a greaser. But that was a good moment. There's a lot, man. UFC, great sport. Great sport. Mm-hmm. It's in good hands. So many good young players. I watched, who's the guy the other night? No, I'm not going to remember his name. Fucking multicolored hair. Holy shit, I just watched him on Saturday night.
UFC fighter?
Yeah, it was
Not
young.
Chris Lubin?
No, he's long gone.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking.
No, he just fought the other night. A young guy.
I used to like Chris Lubin.
Can you Google the UFC card this past Saturday night?
If Antoine's still here, he'll know.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. You know what? Great story. Nagano winning the title. So well spoken. Sorry, go ahead.
Sheen or Sean?
Oh, Sean O'Malley. There it is. Sean O'Malley. I love his arrogance. I love his style, the movement. O'Malley, that's it.
Uncle Crunch. There
Uncle
you go.
Crunch, thank you. Sean O'Malley, you betcha. That's the one. And Ngannou beating Miocic. That was, you know what? I wasn't an Ngannou fan until I heard him speak afterwards again. So humble, so well spoken. What a story. This is a guy who traveled from Africa, wherever he's from, to get to Europe. Took him like 12 months or 14 months. No bullshit, dude.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm just Tagashi 69. No, that guy couldn't fight his fucking self out of a wet paper bag.
No shit. But this guy, when he was young, fucking like a 12 or 14th month trek from Africa to get to, I think it was Spain first or something like that. And the guy had to live in a fucking forest and eat food from a garbage can. And like, we're talking like raw survival. Mm-hmm. And now he's a fucking world champion and he's set for life. And God bless him. That is.
Who's this?
Francis Ngannou. The guy looks like he's from a fucking cartoon chiseled He-Man but so humble, so well spoken. I'm a fan. If you Google Francis Ngannou and listen to the man speak, so calm and so humble for a guy that's been through what he's been through. Unbelievable story there.
Yeah, it's Father Sons Reptiles. Listen to the Joe Rogan podcast.
You know what? I haven't yet, and I'll have to check that out. I actually like Rogan. I've listened to lots of his podcasts, but knowing that he was on there, I could only imagine how much he opened up. I'm sure. I'll check it out, man. Thanks for the suggestion.
Noodles and Tails, Austin.
I have plenty of rats willing to donate some to rebuild the collection. I am only a couple hours away. Have them hit me up at Noodles and Tails.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. Snitch 9. Pretty cool, though. Not bad, eh?
Best show ever.
Yeah, this guy should write a book. From like homeless to champion.
Francis? Oh, absolutely. I thought you were saying I should write a book, and I should. Trust me.
Yeah, you should.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
dude,
no,
yeah.
I've literally thought about chaptering, just like write a book of like 50 different stories, because they're so like some are good, some are bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Like my
that's
bad
me.
stories would fucking have you going, oh, like what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I could bet you I could catch up with some of those.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, even some of the stuff in our past, and it's nuts, you know?
You just asked me about Ben Askren and Logan Paul. I don't know. I'll probably watch it, but that's fucking crazy shit. That's Mickey Mouse. Doesn't matter who wins. They both suck. They really do. They both suck. Yeah. I actually thought about writing. I have people tell, not all the time, but I've had multiple people tell me I should write a book, and you know, I probably will one day, and literally just make it super limited and just hand it out to friends and family and shit, just so they get the shit they don't even know yet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. But no, I mean, I love this this type of format. We just turn the mics on and shoot the shit, and you never know where it's gonna go. And we always give the shout outs of the week and see people keep motivating themselves. And
Can I make one suggestion?
Sure.
You fly Chad in.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? He's looking at me like, what?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Chad's a cool guy.
I'm
Yeah, I know.
teasing.
Just
Yeah,
What's the name of his company again?
Richie's Recessives.
Richie's Recessives.
Yeah.
Chad, he's got to be a good sport. I like him. Good attitude.
Oh yeah, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
great.
always nomming away.
Logan are the same. Ashley was the same. Mary Python. Trying my best to make it to the next animal. Missed yesterday. Yeah, so you know how we yap and talk, you know?
Yep.
The chat has its own life of its own. It's
I see
a
that.
monster. Yeah, they start, you know, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, man.
You guys got a good thing going here, not just Mutation Creation, but the community. I can see it. I've got my own and what we do, and it's pretty tight-knit, and people support each other. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we do fundraisers. Like in my group in the past 2 years, no, I guess right now 3 years, but I started it maybe 2 years ago with the fundraising. I'm up to like 80 grand raised just for a variety of charities and initiatives. Sometimes it's for someone within the community. Sometimes it's for a family member of the community. Sometimes it's just for like the hospital for sick kids or something. But, you know, by the end of this year, I'll be up to 100 grand raised for charitable initiatives. And that's
fucking amazing.
the power of community. You know what I mean? Love it.
Awesome. Wow. But no, man, I'm glad you, you know, took time to come the fuck in. Shoot the shit.
It was fun, dude.
Been a while,
Appreciate
man.
it. Yeah, it's been too long.
You know, and yeah, I'm gonna have to get out there and you know, come say hi to the fam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check out the new gallery that's
Yeah.
opening up.
A few weeks. I'm behind right now because the shit I got going on and stuff with the wife now. But a few weeks I'll have it up and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want this. I want this.
Yeah, we'll I'll let you know what you need and we'll have it set up and
Yeah,
we'll,
this is an incredible setup.
it's pretty cool, man.
And you're the guy that puts it all together, sort of. Yeah.
Well, no, for
At
the
the
video.
beginning, and then he
Yeah.
got Tyler helping out.
Yeah. So once you get this set up,
Yeah.
it's just you just
Pretty much.
Learn it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then this we learned, 7 podcasts in.
I did. I love it.
Yeah, we just plugged it in. Hey guys.
How'd you come up with the opening jingle? Who did that?
I gave it to oh my God, I'm trying to think of his name. It's I know his name's Bry. AB Genetics. I'm pretty sure it's AB Genetics. I'm fucking almost positive it's AB Genetics. So Bry, he did it. He did all the samples. Remember this one? We got to get him actually updated because this one here. It's not impressed.
King Austin.
So
Got to get.
low.
I know. King Austin. Look at this guy. He's come out
It's
roaring.
like,
That's pretty cool.
it's when I get hungry.
Lord Elion.
Jesus.
That's fucking cool.
Sick.
Yeah. So we got a few things.
You guys got to up King Austin's game there.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
King Austin's one more. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Don't even hit it again. I get it. The horns.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like, yeah, but the
I
thing
didn't
is,
get it at first, and now I just thought of it. I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, royalties
royalty.
coming in. Yeah.
I get it.
But the thing is, we gotta get the Lord Lion off. Or no, sorry, King Austin.
I dig
gotta-
it.
we
What's
gotta
yours?
I don't have one. Everyone knows who the fuck
What's
I am.
Chad's?
Yours? Oh, Chad needs one.
Nom, nom, nom.
Literally.
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sorry, Chad. It's done out of love. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Thanks. What's that on my shoe?
Oh, man.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Awesome, Wes. You're awesome. Oh shit. Anyways, everyone, you're awesome. Let's see. We all know what Chad's is. Okay, here it comes in now. So now there's the delay.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Damn, Wes figured Chad out quick.
Oh, man.
Made me almost die on my hamburger. Don't lie, you're eating a sausage.
It's a hot dog.
You want to be like Chad.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is awesome. Jesus. You guys are all animals. Wow. But
Happy
no.
Monday.
Yeah, happy Monday. But no, everybody, you guys are awesome. Love the support. Once again, thanks, bro, for coming in.
Thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and yeah, man. Hope you guys all has. Thank you, Wes, for the awesome night from Elliot Perez, of course.
Thanks for listening, guys. I love the comments. I think you guys have some fantastic stuff going on here. Wish you guys continued success, all three of you amigos.
Yeah, and if you're looking for autograph stuff or even looking at his links, all Wes's links are below in the description. Check it out.
Make sure you say, because there's a question, like I said, if you try and join my Facebook group, it does ask, how did you hear about, like, who do you know in the group? You won't know anybody. Don't just say Wes. Just type in Mutation Creation. I'll know that you're a fan and a friend of Mutation Creation, and that'll be good enough for me to let you in. Truthfully, I swear. Like, I don't let everybody in. I don't, because, my shit's exclusive.
Yeah.
Bergman Reptile Room. Go ahead, Austin.
You know what? We could leave this one to Wes.
Chat intro.
Oh, jeez. See, I wasn't even going to go in that. I would just read it. I wouldn't have done it like that. Chad would have done it like that, but like...
You got to be like Chad and go all in.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Jesus, guys. Oh, Wes, you're awesome. Wes, I joined and put that as my answer. Cool. Way to go, Buckeye.
Cool beans, buddy. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. We'll go out with our outro. Nothing like Chad's. Don't worry. But you guys are awesome. Keep it up. Don't forget to reach out to Mary's Python, and check out the GoFundMe. And we'll have a few videos up on YouTube. Gonna do some lives. What else? I don't know. Who knows? But awesome podcast, guys. Thank you, Bad Hombre. Later, Storm Exotics, Black Smoke, Father Son, Buckeye Morphs. Of course, Elliot Perez. You guys are awesome. GC Serpents. Later, Chad. Richie's Recessives. Martin Exotics. What do we have?
I have this voice memo from Chad.
Oh man.
Nah, I'll save it for next week.
Later, 4S Python. Black Smoke. Later, everybody. You guys all have a good night. Bye, Lily. What's on my shoe? Later, Andrew. Redwood Reptiles LLC. Thanks for putting on. Well, don't do it now. You're gonna tease everybody.
I'm gonna have to chop it up and then.
Yeah, you gotta have to chop it up and do whatever. Later, Justin 11 North
make
Exotics.
an intro for him.
Huh?
We can
You
make
gonna
an
make an
intro.
intro? Yeah, do that.
You
Austin.
actually could.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. If
Let's
you
do
want.
GarageBand editing.
Later, Corey. Later, Billy. You guys all have a good night. Be safe. See you later in the week. My channel. My channel. My content. My channel, my content. My channel.